Good morning, everybody. Hi, Jody. Hey, dog. How are you guys? Hold on. I got a puppy that needs something urgently. Did you hear him whining? I'll be right back. 21, huh? Oh, I didn't give you a treat for going out, did I? Good call. Hold on. There you go, buddy. Roll. Quit leaning your head back. Here, Jill. There you go. Okay, I think we're about ready. Hey, what's up, Sonia? I just got up, actually. I don't know what happened to my 4:30 alarm. It didn't go off, but my 5 o'clock one went off. And I was like, oh, shit. I got a really short time to get going here. I was going to go fishing this morning. Hey, Gig, good morning, buddy. And, just do my live from there, but it's raining. Figures. So it's going to take me a few minutes to get myself squared away here, I think. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. A good Easter Sunday. I wanted to go fishing yesterday, but I had to get the second part of my backyard mowed, man. And my mower barely mowed it. It's that high. I was like, oh man, this is not good. But that's the area back there, that flooded. So like, what do you do? I had to wait till and it was still kind of soft in a couple spots. Yes, I was. Yes, it was. So I ended up doing that instead. It was the right thing to do. Which I hate doing the right thing sometimes. But as nice as it was yesterday, I'm sure my places where I go bank fishing at, I'm sure they were people already there. Let's see. What am I doing here? Hold on. Something. Okay. Nope, that ain't it. Wonder what Rusty's doing this morning. I church yesterday, and hey, what's up, Gabe? How are you, buddy? The links should be right up here somewhere. If you just scroll up a little bit, let's see. Yeah, it may be gone now. No, there it is. It's up there if you want to come up. But I forgot what I was thinking now, so never mind. God, getting old's hard, man. I'm telling you. Well, I gotta see if the report I done Friday I got to see if it's going to go through. If it goes through and they don't have any revisions or anything, and I'm going to go ahead and cancel that software and go back to my old kind and see what's up. Nope. Okay, cool, man. No worries, brother. I'll be here for a while. It'll be a little long show today since I don't have anything to do and I can't go fishing because it's raining. It figures. I did forget about this thing I bought, and it's like a kind of like an easy up, but it comes off the back of your SUV and it goes out like that, and it, to protect you from the rain and stuff like that. I forgot. I don't know how I bought it a couple years ago. It's still in the package. I've never opened it, but I'm gonna get it out one of these the next decent day outside and set it up and see how it works, and then if I'm fishing or something, it looks like it's going to rain or whatever, I could put it up and I can still be pretty dry and still fish. People still like I love giveaways. Are you kidding me? No, it's not an SUV tent. I know what you're talking about. Hold on a minute. And it's not one of them though, but I know what you're talking about. I had one of those little tents that sits up in the back of your truck. You know what I mean? From my little S10 Extreme I had, and it was pretty cool. But it would be like a tent, but it's just the top. It doesn't have any sides or anything to it. And I guess it's like 9 feet wide out at the furthest point, and then it's 10 feet long or something like that. It's pretty good size from what I read on the package. I forgot all about it. Because I didn't think it was that big. I pinch it in every morning. Yeah, I do too. Well, I used to. I'm old now. Done that every morning. But Dag nabbit, Gabe, you may forget what I was going to say. Oh, I brought the thing in, a pup tent. I brought the package thing in. I opened it up and I was going to say, well, I was trying to set it up inside. And, I didn't think it was that big. And I read the instructions and how best, I better wait for a nice day and set it up outside. And I got that Flex Seal stuff to seal the sunroof. I just got to, get a sunny day that I ain't got to do. Oh, see, I forgot I got to take Mom to the doctor today, actually. Let's see what time that is. What is the date? The 21st. Okay. Yeah, so I got to go to the VA Wednesday. There we go. I got to take Mom to the doctor today. I just don't remember what time. I have to ask her. She's going to get like a cortisone shot type thing in her hip, and I guess it hurts like a BICH. It's too big for you. Man, my allergies are so bad right now. Because all the trees here, they're leaving already, but the like apple trees and stuff like that are all in full bloom right now. And I've come in from mowing yesterday and sneezed a few times, and then my nose is so stuffed up. I should have taken some Benadryl or whatever. Should have taken some Benadryl, and then when I went to bed last night, and I'd be all dried up and everything this morning, but I didn't think about it. I forgot. Wonder where Roostic's at. Oh, it's early. It's only 4 o'clock his time. Never mind. But at least it's got warm. It was actually hot Saturday. Black seed oil. What's that do? Let me write that down. Black seed oil. Okay, let's see here. Black seed. I suppose I got to get that at like the natural health store place. Let's see. I can Google that here on my other computer. Hit the wrong one. Let's see. Black seed oil. I can get some virgin black seed oil. That sounds like fun. I mean, that sounds like a good kind. Black seed oil derived from Nigella sativa plant from the pot plant is a natural remedy with various potential health benefits, including boosting the immune system, improving skin and hair health, and potentially aiding in diabetes management and weight loss. So that sounds like it's a do-all, man. I have to look this up. Let's see. Immune system support, skin health, weight management, respiratory health that may help alleviate symptoms of asthma and COPD, allergy relief. There we go. Black seed oil's antihistamine properties may help reduce allergy symptoms. All right. I like it. I believe we'll be looking for some of that after after my checks start rolling in. That's not that expensive, actually. Well, I take that back. Oh, that's a liter one. Yeah, never mind. Cool, dude. I'll look at that. I'll check that out, Gabe. Thanks. You damn fly, you're gonna get it, buddy. I need to get me a screen door for my sliding door. Because I like to have fresh air coming in, and I open it all the time. I can't do the low carb thing. I like bread too much. Oh, I'm gonna get some, dude. Any particular brand you use? Mary Ruth's Organic Black Seed Oil. Herballs. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. No, I'm not. Pee Wee Herman from Cheech and Chong movie. I'm sorry. Do you bio natural? Okay. Do you get oil or do you get capsules? Bionatal. It's the Ethiopian kind. That's why it's so expensive. Okay. Let's see here. Bionatal Egyptian Desert Wild Leaf Argus Seed Oil. Huh. There's so much good stuff out there I don't know about. Let's see here. See if I can. I wonder if I can find it on Amazon, because then I get free shipping. One time cold pressed, non-filtered, 100%. Cool, dude. Thanks. I'm gonna look that up. Hey, Stan3, good morning, buddy. How you been? And yeah, I qualify as an old fart now. I have to admit that, actually. It's kind of tough to admit you're old, but believe me, I feel it these days. There's so much stuff I can't do anymore that I used to do. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, man. Let's see here. We can close that one out. Sorry, I'm looking up the oil stuff real quick. Give me a second. There we go. I believe you. Heck yeah, you can get it on Amazon. There's something wrong with this. They got a gallon jug of it for $18, which you know there's something wrong with that. That ain't the stuff. This is it right here. Buy black seed oil. National Drug Test Day. That's cool. I fell one. I got one Wednesday, so I fell it because of edibles. But my lady at the VA is cool. She understands, so she doesn't bust my chops about it too much. Okay. Ethiopian black seed oil, 4.2 ounces. How much do you use a day? Let's see here. I suppose it's got instructions or something with it, doesn't it? 1 teaspoon a day. Okay, so that 4 something ounce bottle's not going to go very far, is it? Does it start working pretty quick, or does it take a while for the effects to start? Because there's some of that stuff out there you have to, wait for it to catch up or whatever, you know what I mean, or build up. Talking about it's called black seed oil. It helps allergies. California told me about it. It's about a week. Okay, so I imagine it tastes great too, doesn't it? Yeah. Bitter, strong, and powerful. Yeah, gig, and it's children, Ethiopians, they make do it too. And they don't wash their feet after they've been out herding the cattle in the bush. That's what makes it so effective. Yeah, I think I'll have to wait until my check's rolling. I got 2 appraisals in the bank, which means about $1,000 coming, but I won't see it till next month. But that's all right. I'll start banking them right now. I'll get the software switched over by tomorrow, hopefully. Pure Ethiopian seeds. Okay, that's cool. We'll leave that right there. I'll just leave this right there for someone for a while. Off to work. All right, brother. Haven't seen you fishing in a while. Or else you, like most people's, got burnt out on doing the live, so you just go fishing yourself and don't worry about it. Bitter, strong, and powerful. Wonderful. So what do? Just take a teaspoon of it and grin and bear it, kind of like doing shots of Jaeger or something. I guess that's one of them you just gotta, like they used to say, the old saying, you just gotta take your medicine. It's a distinct aroma that can be described as pungent, bitter, and earthy. You gotta be kidding me. Pungent, bitter, and that just sounds like so much fun to take. But hey, good morning, John. It's good to see you, buddy. Okay, that's a 16 ounce there. How much? Oh, it's $84 for the 16-ounce kind. But I'm not going to order it that big yet. I'm going to order the small one. Huh. Interesting. Things we learn from people in California, the state that brought us the use of LSD recreationally. You can actually order the seeds. Huh. Yeah. Dun, dun. All right, I'll be the guinea pig for the fishing community and I'll try it. Hey, good morning, Nate, buddy. How are you? Raining there? It's pouring here right now. Everybody have a good Easter. I had a nice time. Went to church yesterday morning twice. The biker service and stayed for the regular service. I actually had a pretty good service. The pastor's been on vacation for about 3 weeks, out Grand Canyon and things like that. So his daughter's been preaching, and she's preaches really well. 4.64 ounces. Huh. After I try it, man, I know. I bet you $5 I won't be able to take it though. I'll bet it just makes me gag and rich. I'll have to figure out some way of doing it. Oh, really? You guys ain't had no rain? God, I could use a drought right now to let mine stop growing. Thank God I haven't mowed right now, so I'm not. I'm not behind. If if it quits raining, it rains one day and be kind of partly cloudy the next, raining. I mean, you just can't do nothing with your yard then. The heck is that? Oh, laser for my pistol. Cool. I forgot about it. Roostic, where you at today, buddy? Yeah, that's a bad idea anyway, but especially down there. Yeah, don't be flipping your cigarettes out, man. Rain's past you. Yep, it's hitting here real hard right now. I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna go carp fishing this morning and do my live there on the way there, but can't see it happen now. Why is this one so expensive? The long skinny bottle. Let's see all details about this guy here. How many ounces is it? Okay, that's 16 ounces also. It's just in a different shaped bottle. Huh. I wonder what the difference is. Man, Nate, if I waited any longer, I was going to have to bale it up and make hay. I haven't got to it yet, John. Yesterday, I had a busy day yesterday. I went to church, and when I come home, I literally mowed till almost dark. And, but I seen it. I just haven't got to it yet. Which, because it's going to be a yucky, rainy day today, I'm going to watch the 420 video. Yeah, or park your car on the grass. That's a good one right there. Most people don't even think about that, but yeah. It I don't know. I'm only on a half of Red Bull so far, so give me a little bit. Oh, I know why I'm dragging so bad. I took a Tylenol PM at 10 o'clock because I was like wired and wasn't asleep or anything. I was like, man, I gotta go to sleep. Yeah, I bet it needs done. My goodness, my backyard literally it was over ankle high, and so naturally, when you mow, you got big clumps of grass everywhere. Black seed oil, 4.2 ounces. We're gonna go with that one first because it's only $39. So we'll start with that and see what happens. Don't you think? And it's supposed to help with allergies, huh? Hmm. Jody, are you going to work today or what? Typically on Mondays you'd be driving and get coming up live. What's up with all that? You can't be breaking the routine, man. He's still counting skipjack in his sleep. I just seen that. Yeah, I bet he is. I couldn't do it, man. There ain't no way. Well, I don't know. That's pretty good money, though. Maybe I could. Because I don't know what. I think he probably gets, what, $3 or $4 for each one, if not more. Because I know the bait houses or bait shops are real proud of them. Let's see. Got a couple ounces in the mail this week. That's cool. You get it in the mail. I'll be careful doing that. My son had a buddy who's lived out in Washington State. A guy had a degree in engineering from Purdue or whatever, and he shipped him an ounce of weed from out there to here. And the friendly post office checked that one, and he ended up having some lovely people show up at his house and want to ask him about it. I can't believe weed isn't legal in Florida, man. I could swore that it was. That's wild. Super cheap this weekend. I bet they had the 420 sale. Heck yeah. That's probably have dispensaries popping up everywhere. I know it. See, they had the Senate and Congress session here in Indiana last couple weeks or whatever. Oh, that's right. I oh, and the bill didn't get put on the floor, so I don't know when we'll ever see it legalized here. It didn't last for 3 months. I know I come back from Germany and I got my brother this really cool John Lennon poster. And when I shipped it home, I shipped it in one of them tubes, and I taped some sticks of hash to it. In Germany, you'd buy hash would come in these long sticks, about that long. about the size, about as big as a pencil, probably. And so I taped some of them to the back side of the poster and put it in the tube and shipped it to him and said, "Don't open this till," because I was coming back from Germany that February, I think it was. And his birthday's in mine is in February. I was like, "Don't open this till I get home." And I came home, flew into Florida from Germany because he was living down there with my cousin and them. And we had a party when I got home. Help him with Tomcat tonight. What's Tomcat tonight? Is he a fishing tournament or something? You can tell I'm up on these things. Having a party right now, heck yeah. But for you, that's an every morning thing, so it's expected. It's expected, John. It's about like getting up and eating breakfast. It's just something you do every morning. I understand. Oh, goodness. Hold on. I forget. Dogs need food. I'll be back. I forgot all about it. They're sitting here looking at me like I'm a bad person. And I'm really not. I swear I'm not. Yeah, sorry about that. Evidently, I forgot to carry the dog food in yesterday. Looked all around, couldn't find it. Had to go out in the car or raise the hatch up on the SUV, and it was in the rain. I can't have my week starting out like that. I wonder where Eric is. I wonder where Eric is. 80,000 shrimp this week. Ready to go for the good for you gig, man. Must be nice. Oh, what's it on? Top Cat. Is that's on Catfish Weekly tonight? Is that what it is? Wakey baking. I'm catching back up on the stuff I missed. I'm sorry. Nickname for his gym. Okay, let's see that. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more, no more, no more. I'm trying to catch up. Hold on. I'm going through the chat. Top Cats tonight. That's cool. I don't know how long it's going to rain. Well, the bad part is, much rain as we had, I won't be able to pull my SUV down where I usually back in and I fish at. I suppose that's probably going to be too soft to do. $4.20. Yeah, I gotta watch it today. Yeah, paying attention is costs too much and it's hard. Let's see here. Eric, you going to work today or what? Oh, it's not even 6 yet, is it? Never mind. Let's see here. Do that, I guess. I've done this in so long, I forget how to do it. Go like this. Turn the volume down first. Yeah, you ever seen that? I guess it's at Disneyland or something like that. It's the Megatron, the big robot guy, and people come by and he cracks jokes on them and stuff. What's it called? Let's see. Megatron or something like that. It's let's see. Megatron fans. You're no Autobot. And it's hilarious. It's a great big giant robot thing, and I think it must be at Disney or something. But you can get a selfie taken with him. When you walk up to get your selfie with him, he busts on you and cracks jokes and stuff about you. It's pretty cool. I don't know how I stumbled across it, but I did. Now where are we at? There we go. Okay, we do this, do that. Alrighty then. I think that's got it. It's pretty cool. I think the coolest part is the robot itself. I don't know if it's a person inside some kind of mechanical suit or what, but the robot thing is really cool actually. It's hilarious, John. And like I said, I don't know if it's a person inside a suit or what, you know what I mean? But whatever it is, it's pretty cool. If it's animatronics, it's really cool actually. Hit the road, Jack. Who got me singing that? Somebody posted that earlier or something. I'm going to clean my glasses. They just all kinds of different dirty. I'm not sure, but I think one of those lenders that I done the report for, they may be one of them that sends your check out in 2 weeks. I can't remember. We'll see, though. That would be cool. Even though it's going to take me a couple months to get caught up anyhow. That looks pretty good right there. That's pretty good right there. Hi, Jody.
Hey, Buggy, how you doing?
I'm not too bad today, actually. I'm not grumpy, so something's going right.
Well, that's good. You don't
Yeah.
like a grumpy one.
Red Bull tastes good this morning.
Yeah.
I can remember when I was drinking, man, you drink that first beer, it went down fast and tasted real good. You knew it was going to be a long night. Let's see here.
I don't know how anybody drink beer. They say you get used to the taste and you start to like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, I don't drink it anymore. I don't drink much of anything anymore, but every now and then I'll drink a beer and it just don't taste as good as it used to.
Yeah.
And it depends
I
on what.
tasted one and I'm like, there's no way I can drink that.
Yeah. The first time I can see that.
Yeah.
I remember, I think the first time I ever tasted it, Dad and them, it might have been out where I go fishing at now that I think about it. Back then, there wasn't nothing but a field and the woods around that pond. And they had a shooting range out there for shooting skeet. And they had a little, like they called it a shooter's shack place, and inside it there was a beer keg in like one of them refrigerators with, keeps it cold and fresh or whatever. And I remember Dad and whoever we was with got him a mug or a big cup of draft beer and had all the foam on the top, and I thought it was a milkshake. And here, let me have a drink of that. And you won't like it. I said, oh, that's a milkshake. And my dad's friend handed me his cup, and I took a drink and about got sick. He said, I told you wouldn't like it. I was like, yeah, no, I should have listened. What on earth is that? What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Gabe.
Another day of paradise, baby.
All right. Hope we all had a good Easter.
Yeah, actually, I did have a really good church service yesterday, man.
How about you, Jody? Did you see the grandbabies?
Yeah.
Good.
Got to see the grandbaby and did a couple egg hunts, went to my mom's and ate. Saw all the family.
Nice.
That's cool. We used to go to my wife. We used to go out to her aunt's, which is kind of close to where I live now, every Easter, and she'd have a big Easter dinner and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Got to see my brothers and sisters, all the nieces and nephews and grandkids.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's the one you ordered right there. Okay, I seen it. I'm going to order that one after I try the small one and make sure I can gag it down because I don't know if I can or not.
So
Gag it down.
Here's
Do
the
what?
trick. You put it.
You said gag it down.
Yeah, it's nasty, but you get used to it. You actually get used to it. I don't even taste it anymore. You put it under your tongue. When you put it in the spoon, you put the spoon under your tongue.
Yeah.
That's what I used to. Leave it under your tongue. Don't breathe. Grab a bottle of water. Chug like half of it. You won't even taste it. That's it. That's the trick.
I'll have to try it. I'll figure a way to do it.
Oh man, just the benefits. Like I'm seriously like for the first time, my blood results came back. I wasn't pre-diabetic anymore.
Really?
Allergies are non-existent now, where they used to be really bad. If you get a chance, look it up about what it does for cancer.
Really?
Not saying anything, but look that up, dude. It'll blow your freaking mind.
Really? Yeah, I'm gonna order it for sure. If it works for allergies alone, it's worth the price of admission. because mom's allergies are like year round. So if it works on them, it's worth the price of admission for sure. And like you said, it looks like I was reading their webpage. It looks like it has a few more benefits than just that.
Oh, it's endless, dude. I mean, doctors, scientists studies, but big pharma don't want you to know about this stuff. The
Yeah, of
tribe
course.
got me on this, the Native American tribe.
Yep.
They don't go to the doctor.
No.
So,
Yep. You know, big pharma has ruined this country. I always say this. When I was a kid, you went to the doctor. If you had something wrong, they gave you a shot.
Yeah.
Always. There was no such thing as getting a prescription. And you don't even get shots no more. Ain't no money in them. And that should tell you all you need to know about the drugs these days.
Yeah, I don't trust it. Well, my tribe has never trusted them. Like my great grandmother gave birth to 10 kids, all her 10 kids in her room by herself.
Yeah.
They don't go to the doctor, dude. Especially back then, they would if a Native American woman went into a hospital to give birth or to a local clinic, whatever, they would tie her cords or whatever, so she can't have any more children.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. They were doing nasty stuff like that back then. Not now.
I seen something the other day about the reservation, and that if you're not part of the tribe or whatever, don't be going on the reservations right now. They got to, they're pretty much shutting them down to outside people.
It depends where you go. I mean, you shouldn't just wander on, but if you got some buddies in there, no one cares. I mean,
I used to drive through the Menominee National Forest, and before you went in the forest, you had to go through the reservation. And when I was up in Wisconsin, I didn't know much. All I know is when you came into the reservation, within a half mile in, there was a casino. Then after that, they always told me, get gas before you go through there and stuff like that. Don't be stopping, don't be bothering nobody. Don't, just mind your P's and Q's on your way through. Because they got their own rules.
In California, dude. They're chill here. They don't. Yeah, they don't. As long as you ain't in there, starting stuff, you'll be all right. Yeah,
I know.
Like anyway,
I seen a video on here. It's been a couple years ago, probably, where the DNR guy or something was trying to cut through the reservation or whatever. Well, they told him, you don't come through here no more. We don't want you coming through here. And the next time he came through, they actually blocked him from the front and back and wouldn't let him move. And they had a big standoff and everything. And they're like, we told you, you can't come through here no more. And I'll have to see if I can dig that up.
That's crazy.
It got like serious. They had this DNR guy pinned, where he couldn't move his truck one way or the other. And they had and then they had a gate they had put up and closed it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to get on their bad side, but for
them,
there
was something. He was doing something that, and the way, I forget what it was all about, more than just going through there. There was something going on, and they had a dispute or something, and they told him, you can't come through here no more, and they put a gate up or something. I think he cut the lock, and
Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah, because that's pretty much they answer to the reservation police pretty much. I mean, unless there's a murder or something, the FBI gets involved. But other than that, it's their land. They do whatever the hell they want.
Yep, it's their nation. Yeah, everybody talks about reparations. I don't want to hear anything from anyone about reparations unless you're a Native American. Like I said, I got Native Americans in my family. I think I've showed that book I got before about my.
They don't even need that, dude. They got casinos now that take care of everything.
Yeah, there it is. That's my grandmother's sister.
Oh, nice.
Good morning. Yeah, 100-year journey. She lived to be 100 and something. This is a book about her life.
Yeah, she has strong ties to the tribe. They live, like my great grandmother lived to be 104.
Yep.
Her husband lived to be 98. They never went to the doctor for nothing,
No.
dude.
No, Grandma lived to be 103, and she took a stomach pill every morning, I think, and something else, but she only took 2 little pills. I remember taking her to the ER one time, and they, can you tell me what medicine she take? And I said, yeah, she takes Prevacid for her stomach, and I forget what the other one was. And the lady was sitting there with a pen. Okay. I said, that's it. She's like 98 or 99 years old, you know.
Yeah, that sounds about right, John. There's
Yeah.
unfortunately there's a lot of meth heads too on the
Yeah.
roads nowadays.
Yeah. A lot of drinking issues and things too.
Yeah.
The one I went through up in Wisconsin, I mean, it's all woods and stuff. It's right. It meets up to the Menominee National Forest. You know, I never done anything but drove the highway through there. It was a 2-lane highway, and I can't even pronounce that word, gig. Mikasaki, Mokasaki, something like that.
Trotter, you already got your cinnamon treats, dude. What are you bugging? We ain't filming again. We're just chilling out, dude.
But I know you could go and buy smokes there. Just that a smoke shop thing there when you come into the reservation too, and you can buy your smokes cheap.
Oh yeah, they'll take your money. They ain't gonna kick you off if you're spending money.
That's cool.
I'm editing right now as I'm talking to y'all.
Man, I need to learn how to do that. Actually, I got some stuff I'd love.
So do I. I'm just, when I say editing, I use that term loosely.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, John. That's a lot of power if she controls the alcohol. Some reservations you're not allowed to have alcohol, period. Depends on what tribe.
Yeah.
I know, John, you have the best editing skills I've seen, dude. Your
I just
videos.
went and clocked in.
Oh, Jody, you got to work today? That sucks.
Yep. I was almost late.
Mhm. Oops.
We parked my spot a little bit better. But 6 o'clock exact.
1/3
Yeah.
slap a hoe. Yeah.
Let's see, who was that? Yeah, I saw that on Yellowstone too. Gigability. Yeah, that show's pretty damn accurate. That creator's very anal about getting things right when it comes to history. Like when you watch that Western he did, 1883, I'd say that and Tombstone, as far as Westerns are my favorites, it's pretty even.
I thought someone was on the right, spinning the wheel.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it sounded like. I'm trying to figure out what it sounded like.
Mhm.
All right, I'm jumping off and going to work. Y'all have a great day.
All right,
Okay,
Jody, you
Jody,
stay
have a good
blessed.
day at work.
All
Take
right,
care,
bye.
Have a good day at the office,
Yeah.
if there is such a thing. I don't know. It felt kind of good to actually get back and do some work, to be honest with you.
I bet, dude.
It took me a while. For one, I was messing with the damn software, and then it took me a while to get back in the hang of, I'm one people, when I do something, I have like a regular way I do it, and I do it the same way every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most things I do in life, I call it my system. My ex used to call it my ADD, but I do, so I do my reports the same way every time, and it took me a while. The first one, it took me forever just because of the software, and then trying to, get back into the swing of what the hell I was doing. The actual arriving at the value part, that's not an issue. It's the getting the data put into the thing.
Well, then you got to learn all new software, right? That can't be easy.
Yeah, because I used it for 15 or 16 years until I, had moved here and stopped working for a while. And the one I got, I thought was a cheaper company. It actually did cost less, but I thought it was a cheaper product. So then when I went back to a la mode and I used their market analysis software, it sucked. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And that's the biggest reason I'm going back to the other one was their market analysis software is so much better. Because they're big on it. Used to be back in the day that they never asked you about your adjustments. You know what I mean? How you arrive at your adjustments and stuff like that. It was just a given.
Yeah, dude.
You
It's a
know,
whole new world
everybody
now.
pretty much done it the same way. And after the real estate crash, they started getting real specific about things like that. How did you arrive at the percentage or dollar adjustment for the bedrooms and things like that? And typically in the old days, well, I just pulled it out of the air, to be honest with you. They're all pretty much the same in the same area. And you can't
More
say that.
simple back then. Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, man, I could knock an appraisal out in 2 hours. I mean, you had 3 exterior pictures, front, back, and the street, and then your interior pictures. You had like living room, bedroom, or living room, kitchen, dining room, all the bedrooms and the baths, and that was it. And then your comparables, usually it was just 3 sales. Well, now they want 3 sales within 90, or they want at least 1 sale
3
within
appraisals,
90
right?
days. Yeah. And the 1 sale within 90 days things, I laugh sometimes. I'm doing a house that's out in the middle of nowhere, and the other big one was, we would like something within a mile of the subject. I'm like, yeah, if it's in a city, that's fine. But when you're out in the country, if you find something that's closed in 12 months within 5 miles of it, you're doing something. So I always used to get revision requests saying, we need a comparable that closed sooner or one that's closer.
Right.
I'd be like, did you read the words that I wrote in the damn report? I told you there aren't none available. These are the best available to the appraiser at this time. Now, how on earth could I give you another appraisal or another comparable when I told you in the first report these were the best ones I had? If I give you another one, then it makes my first report fraudulent.
Yeah, you're bringing up memories when I was working in the mortgage industry. All these
Yep.
underwriters, man, they had to have the 3 appraisals, right?
Yep. The underwriters, and when I was first started out, I'd done, whatever they asked because I was new and didn't know no better.
Yep.
Well, after I got, I don't know, maybe 10 years in, I realized you could tell them no. And I can remember the first time underwriter requested additional comps, and I emailed him back and said, I can't do it, dude. Sorry. What I gave you is what it is. Morning, Dave. And they come back and said, well, we want another comparison. I said, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I gave you what I had. And I don't think they were used to anyone telling them no. And I can remember one time the reviewer, this was before we even went to underwriter, it was the reviewer for the AMC, said, if you don't provide us additional comparable, we're going to put you on our do not use list. And I told him, I said, I tell you what, why don't you do that now anyway? I'll wait on you because I don't give a shit if you send me any work now again or not. He didn't know what to say.
Called his bluff, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I done. I said, well, go ahead. I don't care. I said, you ain't got a lot of people doing your rural properties out here. If you did, I wouldn't be getting so many of them.
Exactly.
And, some places they charge more for a rural property because of the extra driving you got to do to drive around and shoot the comparables. Which the best is a manufactured home out in the country because you're pretty much unlimited on the distances you can go.
Still, huh?
Yeah.
That's still the case?
Yeah, with a modular, for instance.
Yeah.
I usually make the county my market, my just defined market area is the county. And then now, like if I do a rural property around here, I use the school system as my defined market area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because most people move out to the county to get their kids in a school system that's in the county because it has a lower student to teacher ratio. And it gets them out of the schools in the city. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Remember that song? That's probably in one of John's videos too.
Yep. Yeah.
I probably got that song somewhere, huh, John?
Yeah. I thought for a minute it was Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, but I don't recognize that quote from it. Proctologist has a bad day at the office. You know, at what point in your medical schooling do you decide to become a guy that's going to look at assholes all day? You know what I mean? It's
Unless
like,
it pays a whole lot more than a regular doctor, why
It
would
has-
you? Right?
it has to, but I'm like, I couldn't do it.
I wouldn't even want to be a woman doctor. I don't want to
I
see
was gonna
that
say,
stuff.
yeah, no. Could
You
you
know what I
imagine?
mean?
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. No, I don't know.
I don't want
I
to
don't
know
want
about
to
it.
do that. Yeah, there's things I don't want to know about. I used
I
to
was
tell my wife
sheltered,
that.
man.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to know. I want to think of it as the most wonderful thing on earth. There's nothing ever wrong with it.
So I was raised by a single mother, Buggy. You know how sheltered I was when it
Yeah.
came to women? She told me that women don't fart. So I believed that until I was about 16 years old.
No kid.
I swear, I believed it until PE one day. We were doing jumping jacks, and a girl let one rip, and I was like, "What?"
Oh my Lord.
You couldn't help it, you're doing jumping jacks, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, my mom. I was so mad at her. I was like, "You lied to me."
There's something wrong with this here. It's a black seed oil, or cumin seed oil. Okay, it's not the same. There you go. I say, 'cause it was like $18 for a gallon. I'm like, come on, there's something wrong with that.
Dude, Google it with cancer.
Yeah, I will this morning when I get done
They
playing.
did a recent study too. These scientists did. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it keeps you healthy. I haven't since I've been on it. I haven't gotten even a cold. And that's a miracle. I think I always get at least 2 or 3 of them a year. But yeah, the diabetes, especially allergies. I'll put it to you this way: the Egyptians were using it back in the day. They buried their dead in it because they thought the medicine was so powerful that it would bring the dead back to life.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And the Muslims, the Prophet Muhammad,
Mm-hmm.
said that black seed will cure anything but death. That's how far back this stuff goes, dude. It's crazy.
Really? Yeah.
Look it
It's
up.
probably
Man.
going to be the next big thing, isn't it?
Oh man, I hope not, because then it's going to be more expensive. Because
Exactly. Yeah. The more demand, the higher the price gets. Yeah.
Nobody
Yep.
knows about it, and hopefully, I mean, I just tell my friends because I want them to be healthy.
Yeah. Yep. I'm definitely going to check it out. Like I said, my
It's
biggest
not
thing
cheap,
would
though.
be
Not
trying
cheap, and
to
it tastes
choke it
terrible.
down. No, it's not cheap. It's like everything else.
Yeah, and it don't taste too good, but again, you get used to it, dude.
Yeah. It'd be kind of like, what is it they used to give kids back in the day?
Castor oil.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking of. Yeah,
that's good
it
for
was
you
a cure
too.
all. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
cure all.
it's I say it's. I mean, castor oil ain't bad for you, but that's old school, man.
Yeah, I
That's
was gonna say, yeah, that's what that was the
really
cure
old
all
school.
back in the mountain days.
Yeah, I don't. I
Nice
mean, it's
cake,
good for you.
sung by Cake, not the Butthole Surfers. Okay.
Cake. That's right. John knows his music. I'll give him that.
Yeah, yeah,
He'll beat you every time on music trivia.
yep. I'm okay up until about 1989, maybe part of the 90s, but after that, my music
Dude.
was gone.
I had the country station on the last couple of days, and this garbage that's on the radio. One, the background music sounds like something someone generated on their AI and their computer, and every single vocalist is on autotune. Like, what
Exactly.
the hell is this? Country
Vicks
music is
Vapor
dead,
Rub.
bro.
No kidding, you had to eat that? I put it on my chest when I had a cold. Yeah, that's the best part about going down home in the Kentucky out in the hills, their country stations play country music, you know.
Yeah. 90s and 2000. I mean, it was to me, I think it was the best in the 90s, but
What's that? Country?
2000s, yeah, I love
Yeah, for
90s
me, it was
country,
the
dude.
70s and early 80s.
It
It
was good
started.
too back
It
then.
started its
Yeah.
swing towards pop music in the 80s. I think.
You think so?
Yeah,
I
for
think
me
it's
anyway. I mean,
pure
I'm
pop
old school
now.
country.
They still had at least steel guitars and people that can sing in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Right?
didn't have. I forget. I forget who it was, and he said that he was like an old country guy, and as things progressed, that everyone wanted their song to be 3.3 minutes long with the same notes per minute or whatever. I forget what he says. I got the little thing that rocks back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he said, if it doesn't fit into that criteria, they won't even talk to you.
Oh wow. I like the old stuff too, like Willie and all them guys too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
George
Willie
Strait, George
Whalen, George
Jones,
Strait.
Wellen. Yeah.
George Strait was actually, I think, his most popular in the 90s because of the movie and that album, Pure Country. And
Yeah.
what's
And
up, Sandy Toast?
he was huge in, the Oklahoma type areas with rodeo and stuff.
Oh, I bet. He's a real cowboy.
Yep. Alan Jackson used to make good country music too.
Speaking of Yellowstone, they offered him the part as John Dutton before Kevin Costner, but he
Really?
turned it down. Yeah. He wanted it
Yeah, he's
to
probably
sing.
too old to get,
No, they're the same age. He just said he wanted to sing, which sucks because Kevin Costner left the show because of differences of opinion or whatever. And I think George Strait would have killed that role, dude. He's a real
Yep.
cowboy.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I don't even listen to country music anymore unless
Oh,
it's
it's so
something I got
bad, dude.
Yeah, something I got downloaded. Other than that,
Oh, it's so bad. Everybody, and I mean everybody's on that auto-tone crap.
yeah, or the red-haired kid that
Oh,
they discovered on YouTube a couple years back. He still plays pretty,
oh
just
yeah. The
guitar
kid in
and
the
stuff.
overalls?
Yeah, I forget his name. He's pretty good still. He sticks to his guns. He made his own video. The one about oh crap. I'll think of it in a minute.
The patriotic song that he first did?
No, it was about
Forget
the
the
one
name of
about
it.
Rich and Richmond or something like that. What's the guy's name, chat? Somebody knows who I'm talking
Come
about.
on, John. I know you know. This is music trivia, John.
Let's see if I can look it up here. North of Richmond or something like that. But he was just he had made a video on YouTube, and some DJ in his area had seen it and got with him and asked him if he could play it or whatever. And it took off on that station. The next thing you know, they were trying to find this kid, and heck, now, but what's his name? Let's see here.
What's up,
There it is.
Christian Adventures? What's up, bud?
Yeah.
Richmond, north of Richmond. Well,
There it is. Yeah. Oliver Anthony, which that's not even his real name. That's his grandpa's name, I think he said. Let's see here. I give you a taste of him. He's pretty cool. Let's see here. Video. Actually, here's a real good speech that he gave at the ARC conference. Now, this is actually just what he's learned from the music industry so far. Olive Branch, Country Roads. Let's see. Get it. I can't leave the door open no more, man. I got flies in my crib.
Well, it's that time of year. The flies are out.
Here you go. That's him right there. That's country. Could you hear it?
Kind of.
Here, I'll put it on my other computer over here. That way you'll be able to hear it better. I'll probably get a ding for this, but that's all right.
Well, you don't monetize your videos, do you?
Nope. I don't even know how to do none
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
they still might copyright strike you, so be
Yeah.
careful.
Wait, let's see here.
You might have to talk over it a little bit or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's cool enough that he wouldn't ding you, though. He's just that kind of guy. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Oliver Anthony's first song.
Selling my soul,
There you go.
working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's got.
He was setting out. He made that setting out in the woods by himself with his dogs, and like that they some DJ heard it or whatever and asked him if he could play it, and the rest is history. So then he ended up, going on like tour and stuff, and it took him a long time to get a label, and then he ended up, someone started complaining about the tickets and stuff to go to his show and stuff like that. Well, they were doing shit he didn't know about, charging extra fees and crap like that. And he got all pissed off about it. If you go to his YouTube page, he's got some real good things that he talks about. The one that I said, what I've learned about the music industry is pretty decent. He's what I've learned from the music industry so far. It's just him driving in his truck talking about it and how fake and shitty the people are.
I bet, dude.
And he gives a pretty good speech. He usually reads a Bible verse when he starts his show, which they weren't real stoked about that.
There is an evil your opportunity for your time. I've only got a few minutes here, so I've written some things down so you don't have to listen to me ramble. But
this is Oliver Anthony at the ARC conference. It's a pretty good speech.
There is an evil I have seen under the sun. The sort of error that arises from.
That's a Bible verse he's reading right there. But if you don't know the guy, check him out. He's really cool. He's a pretty down to earth dude, man.
Oh, John.
No, I'm not 6 to 8 months behind. I just out there that don't know about the guy. We were talking about country music. He's the last guy I seen that still plays any kind of country music, was the point. You just go ahead and smoke your next bowl and leave me the hell alone. If you're smoking it out of a bowl, you're wrong. There's only one way to smoke pot. So a single zigzag paper rolled. Nothing else. It's the thinnest amount of paper you can get. That's how weed was meant to be smoked.
Not through a Coke can, or you poke a hole in the top of it.
No, that's what we smoked hash out of in Germany. And then we would, when we left the barracks, we'd crush the can up and go by and throw it in the dumpster on the way to formation. Then you never had anything in your room. When on earth is Donald Trump running for president? You got to be kidding me. That ain't true. Let me ask you, John, have you heard his speech at the ARC conference? If you haven't, then I'm not the one behind, you are.
Talking about the AARP? I ain't there yet. I'm almost there.
No, it's the ARC. I forget what it is. It's the, what do you call it? Something Republican something, I think.
Is that where all the men get together and take their clothes off?
No, that's
That's
Oh,
a
that's
DNC. Never mind. That's a
Yeah, the
DNC.
DNC, no doubt. And they offer free, have a bus that offers free abortions. That's true. They actually had a bus that's a GNC
I know,
convention
that's so
offering
bad,
free
dude.
abortions. Yeah, how mean? I mean,
Going
I'm
straight to
surprised
hell with
God
that.
didn't just strike them dead at the point right then, man.
Yeah, that too, John. Don't tell him I said that though.
ARC, the Alliance for Responsible Citizenship. That's what it's called. Oliver
Sandy,
Anthony speech that
Sandy
left.
Toes, that's at Buggy's house.
What's that?
Sandy Toes has a question for you.
What's that?
She says, "Where's the meeting at?" I
Where the
said, "It's
guys
at
take
Buggy's
all their
house."
clothes off? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody wants to see me without my clothes on. Hell, I don't want to see me.
I don't know. You can start OnlyFans, Buggy. There's someone for everybody. I'm just saying.
It's out there. Yeah, it's out there, isn't it? All right, where's my bug zapper thing? I think I messed it up. I spilled Red Bull on it the other day. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, those are fun with roommates, dude.
This
Y'all
here-
get one of them and try and chase each other with them.
Man, dude, I bought it at the dollar store in the clearance rack for a couple bucks as a joke. And then the first time I tried it outside, the bugs flying around, I was like, you got to be kidding me. These things are the best. They work great on mosquitoes, man. They get stuck in there. It's like, but flies are hard to get with it for some reason. But I'm going to get me another one. I dig it. The battery's got to be getting low.
Well, if you're like me and you fish out on the bank where the spots there's a lot of yellow jackets, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I never
get
thought
all
of
of them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's here and now. I just dropped my pants. Trailer Park Boys playing on the TV. I used to watch that. I stumbled across it one night when I couldn't sleep. It was on some TV channel, actually, on my cable years ago. And I was like, what the heck is this? And then I found it and started watching it from season one. They're hilarious, but eventually it jumped the shark kind of to where it's like over with you can only play it out so much. The day I fish with Gabe's the day I take up golf.
Fish like Gabe is the day. Hey, you might be taking that off that golf. Hey, you want to challenge me to catch some real fish, John? Catfish, not these bait fish. You let me know.
Yep. If you ever get a chance to get one of these on sale or whatever, cheap, I don't know if I'd pay a full price for one, but turn the back porch light on and walk around and go out there and start swatting. I mean, I had it going off one night. And purple lights for little sparks and stuff.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, with Joe.
This is the best.
Does that work on those big ass main flies you guys get?
It works on stink bugs, I can tell you that. I hate stink bugs worse than anything on earth. You just got challenged by a Cali Sally.
Yeah, how would you live that down, John? If I ever beat you in one of these challenges, you got beat by a California native, man.
Yeah, that'd be hard to show your face on YouTube again.
I know, right? The loser of the bet would have to wear a Gavin Newsom T-shirt for about 3 weeks. That's punishment.
Man, better than that, a Nancy Pelosi T-shirt.
I don't know. Gavin's pretty bad.
No one's as bad as Nancy. I can remember it was before Trump time even, but
oh yeah,
somebody was on the Senate floor. You know how they can get up there and talk for 30 or 40 minutes if they want. He's talking and she gets so mad. She comes over and tries to hit him with a rolled up piece of whatever, the paper, like she had a notebook of paper or whatever. Got mad, got out of her seat, went over and tried to smack him with the paper. And the Capitol security grabbed her and took her back. They said, "You can't do that, ma'am."
Jody, what videos you be watching, girl? Them kinky videos.
That's like tonguing one of them 9-volt batteries, dude. I ain't doing that. You kidding me? It'd put burns on your tongue. That thing's not to play with. I'm telling you, when you see it start zapping stuff, you realize it's a little more serious than it looks. For $1 thing at the dollar store in the clearance rack. like I said, if I ever get a chance to buy some more like that, I'll buy all they got probably because they're that cool.
I
Right.
totally trolled the ER nurses buggy in chat
What's that?
last time years ago. I went to the ER for some. I don't even remember what the hell it was, but they kept asking me, "What are you here for?" And I was I was trolling them. I said, "Well, I was at this party." I said, "And one electric shock turned into another, and then it just got out of hand. So here I am."
Next thing I know, my heart's beating funny, and I started twerking or jerking like this every 3 or 4 minutes. So I thought I better come in and see if I changed the rhythm of my heart.
It was always the same reaction at all of them. Well, okay then, have a seat. I didn't know what to say.
Yep, I dropped a can of Red Bull yesterday morning. When I got up, I was sitting here and I kind of fell asleep holding a can of Red Bull. It was almost full. And you know, when it landed, it literally landed top down, standing straight up and down.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Of course. Hey, there's Rustic.
Hey, what's up, Rustic? How are you, buddy? Where you been? We've been wondering where you
You've
was
been
at.
catching all them skipjack.
He probably can't move his arms right now, I imagine,
What happened?
from catching so many fish. His
Oh
arms
yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you right now, that's a lot of work reeling that many fish. Go from chilling on the couch all winter to out there reeling in a couple hundred fish a day.
Yeah, have you seen the guns on Rustic? That ain't nothing.
Yep. But I also know what old age does to you. Like I said, it's amazing the things I can't do now. I mean, it's actually kind of a bummer. And there's still something wrong with my hands. I need to go to the doctor. My left hand, like I went to stir up the protein shake thing, and I can't even hold the spoon right to stir it. I don't know. It's weird, man. I can't even describe it.
Got a pinched nerve or something?
I don't know what it is, man. I had some problems up on that in my neck nerve on that side one time, and I don't know, but then I've been getting my right hand's been my fingers have been cramping over like that on, like that, where they would get these 3 fingers here would kind of go that way or something. I don't know. I need to go to the doctor and get it looked at, to be honest with you. My left hand, they're not stuck like they were, but I don't notice it till in writing. I have a hard time writing right now. And my writing was horrible to begin with, and now it's literally non-readable. It's non-legible. You can't even read it. I think I'll do an Oliver Anthony marathon this morning when I get off here. I need some good old country music. Ain't got $1. I got to get sober. Doggone it. You tell me those aren't country songs. Country roads. I got to get sober. I want to go home. Hold on, guys. See what mom needs. I'll be back.
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. What movie is that? Chat, what movie is that? Scotty doesn't know. I didn't get to bed till 7 a.m. Woke up at 11 a.m. and went to did the Easter thing, man. I don't know how I do it.
I don't either, man. Well, yeah, I do. I used to be able to. I drink till 2 or 3 in the morning and get up and go to work at 8. So
yeah, but me too. 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it was 35, almost 40 years ago. It's the math game.
Oh man, no, I never did that. I did do the more expensive version. You know what I mean? It was big in the 80s. That's
Yep.
some good stuff.
You know,
That'll make you feel like Superman.
I gotta agree with you. Now, I can't see getting hooked on it, but I'm with you.
Yeah,
It's
it
one of
wasn't
them.
addictive.
I was one of them where it was cool for a weekend. On the weekend, if
Yeah.
you was going out partying, you know what I mean?
Yep, Vegas.
Well, here it was just going out partying. We don't have Vegas is a
Yeah.
long drive from here. But
But,
yeah, it was. You know, I had some friends back in the day that got, you know, like so bad on it they lost their car, kind of stuff. You know.
yeah. I mean, if you can't control it, you shouldn't. I mean, I was no problem.
Yeah,
Like,
me too. That
I
was
never
one
do
of
it again. I'm totally fine with it.
the only thing I ever found that got me and I couldn't quit was opioids. They got me. And,
Oh yeah, those
yeah,
are one of the most addictive things, dude.
they ruined my life. Yeah, whoever manufactured them knew what they were doing. That's for sure.
I did
Yeah.
enough cocaine in my 20s to probably kill a couple horses. But you know what?
Yep.
Never got addicted to it, and it's
No.
it's actually the safest out of all of them.
I think so. And
Believe
like
it
I
or-
said,
well, marijuana is probably the safest.
yeah, we used it for weekend party, man. You'd start Friday night, you could party all night, sleep a couple hours, get back up, start over again. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Buggy? You had to come on, say hi.
I need a kitten, actually. I'm looking for one right now.
Yeah, what? You
I
want me
need
to
a-
tell him? Want me to tell him? Okay. Hey, John Schroeder said, small water charters. He said whoever that guy is can't fish for a lick. That's not very nice, Schroeder.
Supply and demand was good for me. Yeah, my brother was a biker dude, so I had no problem getting it for myself. You know what I
I
mean?
never did the other stuff though that make your teeth fall out and that stuff. I
Now-
never wanted that.
When I was in Germany one weekend, we were out partying in Frankfurt, Germany, and met these chicks. And chick asked me, "Hey man, we're doing line." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool, man." She cuts up this little bitty line about not even 3/4 of an inch long, and I'm thinking, "You cheap out, you fucking kidding me?" I didn't say nothing, but I'm thinking that. And I snorted that, and I thought, "Man, that sure don't taste like Coke." And the next thing I know, this is Friday night. Next thing I know, it's Saturday evening. I ain't been asleep yet. We're at this chick's apartment by then. I'm like, "The fuck did we snort?" She said, "Oh, it's Crystal." Like, okay. You should have probably told a guy that before you gave it to him. You know, I didn't need any more after just that one line. And then I was in high school, and I was a sophomore, and my brother's best friend was a senior. And we were in art class, and he said, "Hey, man, you want to snort a line of mescaline? You know what I'm talking about?" I had no idea what it was. I'm 14 years old. Heck yeah, man. Dude, my buddy grabbed me after about an hour and said, "Come on, dude, you got to get out of school." I'm like, "Why, man?" He said, you have no idea." He said, "I got to get you out of here before you get in trouble." I guess I was tripping pretty good. And
Hey,
my brother almost whooped his ass for that one too. He wasn't happy.
Sure. John, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. That is, I don't know if you ever heard that song someone did. It is
I think I heard part of it. Yeah.
That was good. It's catchy too. It had a cool beat to it, and the music video was hilarious. Had all these cats dancing and breakdancing.
You know, I'm pretty sure this world has lost its ever-loving mind.
You think? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've lost their ever-loving mind.
You got that right. I mean, I don't know if I already told you this. I saw a thing on YouTube about how time stopped in the year 2000 because he makes a great point. You look at the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right?
Yep.
You can tell by the style, the hairstyles, the clothes, what decade that is, right? You go past 2000, you can't tell.
Did you see what Sandy Toe said? Hard to go against what the pussy says, John. I gotta agree. What did we lose after World War II? But oh, I agree with you. See, I've got a whole analogy about MTV stopping playing videos was started the demise of America. And I can explain it to you. Okay. It used to be MTV played rock and roll videos and all kinds of videos, 24 hours a day. It was all music. And then they started doing reality TV. And it was a few at a time, like they done the one where they put all the people in a house together and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then it eventually progressed. You know, they were doing all the spring break stuff, and that stuff was all cool. But then it progressed to 16 and pregnant. By then they had quit playing music videos, was almost 90% reality TV shows on MTV. Well, 16 and pregnant started the whole reality TV thing. And the next thing you know, our country's lost its mind. When you glorify being 16 years old and pregnant, you're on a downward slope that's pretty much hard to get off of.
Yeah, now we're at an even deeper slope where.
Yeah, that's why I said, in my opinion, MTV stopping playing music videos created the demise of America. Actually,
I like that theory too. That's a good theory too. But it's kind of weird though that after 2000, like you can't tell the difference. The clothes haven't changed, the hairstyles haven't changed.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think it has to do with the pharmaceutical industries myself.
Probably.
I think it does. It has a lot to do with that, and I don't know. There's so much nefarious crap that goes on, you know. And if you think about it, for instance, like now, when I was a kid, you turned 16, you wanted to get your driver's license. It was freedom. You turned 18, you wanted to get the hell out of your parents' house because you wanted to get you a place where you could bring women home to. That was me. I wanted a bachelor pad. Yep. After I got back from the Army, I came home for about 2 months, I think, when I first got home. And after that, I got me a place. I had a cool double wide trailer out in the country, man. It was my bachelor pad in the country. And nowadays, kids don't want to get their driver's license, and they're perfectly content staying at mom and dad's house till they're 30.
They're lazy.
I want to ask these dudes, you're living at home with mom and them, where on earth do you get laid at?
It's not even just that, dude. It's how feminine.
Well, it is for me, because that was my
now.
motivating factor when I was 20 and 21 years old.
But you talk to these kids nowadays, how feminine they are. They're painting their nails. They claim to be straight, but they're painting their nails. Very feminine. Like,
oh yeah,
they talk.
Man,
it's
at the dollar store I go to. Okay, there's this dude. I swear he's a dude. I know he is.
You sure?
But in the last 4 or 5 months, he keeps getting his hairs longer. And I looked the other day, his nails were painted, right? Well, I call everybody man. Hey man, what's happening? You know what I mean? I don't care if you're a guy or girl. It's like my era, you know. And I say, hey man, how you doing today? I'm not a man. I'm like, okay. Did I touch a nerve here or what? You know, I don't know what's going on with him.
What'd the voice sound like? Was it a man though?
When he first hired in there, it was a man. I don't know. I didn't look that far. I just was like, okay. I mean, I thought maybe, you know, a little effeminate or whatever, but that kind of seems to be the deal with that generation these days.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on it's a dude.
I know it's a dude. I think he's transitioning or something. I don't know.
Apologize then. Say,
I didn't.
You're a man. I'm sorry.
I was like, hey, dude, man. I called him man like 6 times after that, trying to explain that that's just how I talk. I said,
it's not even that. It's just that's what you are. Transgender women are men.
But like I said, I like, hey man, that's just how I call people. That's just how I talk, dude. It's my generation. I'm not a dude neither. I said, well, I don't care. I said, that's just how I talk. I hope it doesn't offend you. If he has a penis, he's a man. I didn't ask, but I will.
I can care less. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. It's
no, but it was
Jesus, and you know.
But the gist of the story is it progressed. I go there get my Red Bull every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know how it's like you're around someone every day, you don't notice a change in them like someone who comes around and ain't seen them for a year. Like, man, who you put on some weight? Well, if you're around them every day, you don't really notice that much.
Right.
It's kind of how this
Mhm.
was. I see this person every day. And when he said that, it was just last week when he said it, then it dawned on me. Geez, man, come think you do look like you're changing in the last few months or you know what I mean? I just hadn't never really paid attention because that's just how I roll in the world. I don't care. You know.
I'm just, yeah, me too. I'm just like, I'm not going to call you what you want me to call you.
Yeah.
You can identify whatever the hell you want. I'm not offended
Yeah,
by
you can
that.
say what, yeah.
But I'm not going to call you what you want me to call you. Sorry. Dang. Oh, we lost Buggy. Y'all still see me? Uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh, there's Buggy.
I was cleaning my laptop keyboard. I forgot that it may accidentally do something stupid.
Yeah, and if I see someone with I had a couple Skype appointments, and if they have pronouns in front of their name, I just log off. I'm not even going to talk to you.
Yeah.
You're a nut job.
I don't even know what a pronoun is. I didn't go to school that
Nut
much.
job. It's just evil. It's just ungodly.
It is.
God knew us
It
before
is
we were even
100%
born, dude.
evil, you know, and now you see it. What's your pronoun? I forget what it was. I was filling out and it asked that. And I was like, really? It might have been a government web page. Maybe it was when I was doing dad stuff or something. I don't know. But I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? You know what? I'll go with the biological aspect. If you are biologically male, if we take your DNA and look at it and it shows us you're a male, you're a male. I don't care what you say on the outside.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to call you. But, it ain't like, here's what I believe. And I could be wrong, right? Only God knows. I still think if you're gay, you can still get into heaven if you're a good person in here.
If you believe
That's what I believe.
If you believe in Christ and you ask for forgiveness, but then you have to believe that it's a sin. And
right, but who's to say that?
There's a whole lot into
that.
that discussion,
Right. The churches say it is, but I mean, the churches lie a lot too.
In the Bible, it says, man should not lay with man. So,
right. No, I feel you with that.
I follow what the book says. I don't care what society says or what the government says. Right? That's what the book says. Where myself, I don't care if you're gay or not. I'm like you.
I mean, if you look at some people, like George Michael was very Christian.
Yeah.
He was gay. Elton John, very Christian.
Yeah.
He's still alive and kicking.
First time I seen Elton John was in the Who's rock opera, The Pinball Wizard, Tommy, at the theater in the 70s, and it had rock and roll speakers in the back of the theater. And it sounded
I saw Elton one time,
sounded like you were at a concert. I seen Tommy, and I also seen Jesus Christ Superstar in the same theater. And at the time, I didn't notice, what it was until I started going to concerts, and I realized sitting in that theater, it was as loud as if you were at a concert. I remember Tommy. Yeah, Tommy was cool. But that was the first time I ever seen Elton John. Two women's okay. It doesn't say anything about that in the book. In fact, there's a lot of places in the Old Testaments, it says a lot about doing that, Maybe not two at once, but not being real monogamous.
I don't know. I just think if you're a good person, you have a good heart. I think there's room for y'all. But I'm just talking about, like, I'm not gonna call you a man.
No.
If you're a woman, and if you're a woman, I'm not calling you a man. I'm not doing it. Sorry. I don't care if it offends you. Don't care. This is biology. Why? And yeah. Yeah, Buggy said it was okay. It's in the Bible.
Well, the perversion of society in the last couple decades is just mind-boggling, man. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care what anyone does, says, or whatever they believe, whatever they want to do. Don't put it in schools with kids.
Thank you. That's
High school is okay. You should know better by the time you get to high school. If you don't, your parents didn't do a good job.
Yep.
But elementary school, there's no reason to discuss sexuality in elementary school.
Straight or gay.
Yes,
Period.
sexuality of any kind. Exactly. It's no place for it.
That's why I can't ever. My wife and I are looking to adopt, and when we do, I'm not putting my kids in public school. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll go to jail.
No. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Unless it's, I ain't even sure there's some good county
I don't trust
schools
any
out
of them,
there.
dude.
No. Not until they
Really
do
don't.
away with the federal government being involved with the education. You know, and if you look, this country used to be in one of the tops in education in the world. And we're lucky if we crack the top 10 right now, I'd say.
Oh, dude, we're like the bottom, bro. We're like at 30, I think. We're far behind.
Sandy Toes, I'm with you. What's up with the cis thing? I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the cis thing. I had to ask someone when they asked me, "Are you cis?" And I'm like, "The fuck is that? I'm just a guy." You know, don't complicate my life. It's complicated enough as it is. I have a hard enough time functioning on a daily basis. Pronouns. I can remember when that all first started coming around. I had to Google it because I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know what a pronoun was. I didn't pay attention in school. I was getting high.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna head out to bed. I had to come up and say hi to everyone. Well, I had a little bit of extra time.
What's up with all these planes crashing? Smaller planes. Here's another headline: plane crashes in Nebraska River, killing all passengers on board. There's a bunch of them like that anymore recently. You know what I mean? There's almost like a rash of planes crashing.
I don't know if it's recent or if it's just being more reported now because you know who's in office and anything to make them look bad. I gotta see if it's a normal thing because small planes go crash all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just usually when it's a small plane crashes, you know, like a Piper Cub or something like that, at least it makes regional headlines. But it's like you see one almost every week right now. You're right. It could just be the coverage trying to make Trump look bad. I never thought about that.
With that all-female crew that bragged about being all-female crew and that plane they landed in Canada ended up upside down.
Are you talking about the one that went up in space?
No, that's a whole nother can. But that one what was it? Last winter? It was
I don't.
In Canada. It was they bragged about being an all-women crew. There's no men. We're all women. And the thing, thank God nobody died. But the thing exploded when it landed, and then it ended up being upside down when it's Feminism, God. Yay, feminism.
I would love to retire and just disappear.
Oh, not me, dude. I'm here to fight it, man.
I'm too old. I don't give a shit. I'll be gone when it keeps getting worse. Actually, if it's still here, then even I may live to see it.
No, I think it's like disco. It's just the woke is just a phase. It's gonna go away.
I hope.
It's a losing thing now.
So what you're saying is kind of like disco.
Yeah, it's gonna go away. I like disco still. I'll listen to disco. But you know what I mean.
If you ever get a chance to find the Bob and Tom when they were talking about the Disco Music Awards, and Sammy Davis Jr. was one of the hosts of the Disco Awards, and it's so horrible. You just have to Google the Disco Awards or whatever. 8205, what's up, brother? They had they gave someone the Lifetime Achievement Award for disco. I mean, it's been around about 4 or 5 years now. You know, it was hilarious. But the opening song is something about I want to live a disco life or something. Sammy Davis Jr. singing it. It's so bad, it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
there's
if
a
you ever,
lot of that back then. It's
yeah,
so
if you ever get a
cheesy, but it
chance,
was good.
try and see if you can find the disco music awards or something. The very first one, it's hilarious. And we're going to give some, I forget who it was, the Lifetime Achievement Award in disco. And I'm thinking, really? But Bob and Tom done a whole thing one day talking about it. It was hilarious. And they played the Sammy Davis Jr. singing the opening song for the show.
Another
You
legend.
know, it started with Obama and all the woke stuff, I think. And it just went downhill from then.
Well, like feminism, like in the '60s, I think they really were thinking they were fighting for women's rights. But
Well, they
feminism
were.
in the modern day, they're
Yeah.
fighting for men's rights. They're fighting for men and women's sports. These are the
Yep.
modern feminists. These are today's feminists are fighting for men and women's sports.
Well, I got to question someone's motivation who says they're transitioning and they go from ranked 146th in the world in the men's category to winning the national championship in women's swimming.
Oh, that ain't
What
a no-brainer,
what
dude.
kind of pride do you have that you do that? I'm sorry, there's no pride in that.
No. These people
And
have well, they
then
don't have no pride. They're godless, dude. They don't have
that's
no pride.
yeah, pride, work ethic, or nothing, man. No dedication. This world, maybe it is a phase and it'll go back. I think the only cure would be a worldwide EMP that knocks out all the electricity and it'll thin the herd out pretty quick, actually. And we can just start over. I
But
think
all right, y'all, I gotta go to bed. Buggy, thanks for having me up, dude.
no worries, man. I enjoy you coming up. Rustic, what in the heck are you doing? Better
Rustic, get your butt up here, man.
He probably can't raise his arms up enough to move the mouse. He had to have his wife turn the
I
computer
know.
on for him. He's so sore.
Jeez Louise. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Take care. All right, Buggy.
Yeah. See you, brother. Thank you. John, you're right. No one worries about consequences. Well, and the bad part is nobody makes them suffer the consequences. Like the kid that stabbed the guy at the track meet, that thing's so twisted. It's going to be like this decade's O.J. Simpson trial. There are people that are standing up. They had $400,000 in a GoFundMe for that. Like, wait a minute, you got a kid that committed murder. I don't care what color he is or anything. If you brought a knife to a track meet, you've got something wrong. Oh man, I don't know. That was so messed up. Exactly, Jody. That was my point. They can't compete otherwise. Like Riley Gaines said, they get told that this is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. And by the way, he's going to change in your dressing room. Nah, sorry. I got beat fishing in a women's tournament. Dude, I got passed by a girl with her ponytail hanging out of the back of their helmet going through whoops one time in a race down in Florida in the sand. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Women can do a lot of good stuff better than me. I don't know, man. I just got an issue with these guys. And it seems to be that that's the prevailing thought on the subject. The majority of the people feel the same way. No men should be competing in women's sports. Hey, Wildcat Riggs, how are you, man? Good to see you. 8205, how you been, man? It's good to see you today. What you doing, Rustic? Where you at? Where'd Rustic go? He's probably either in the bathroom or getting coffee. I got to contact Buzz. I got to watch that one for sure. I didn't do anything yesterday. I was literally got up, went to church, come home, and I stopped by Walmart on the way home. Then I was out trying to get caught up on mowing. For those of you who don't know me, I got a 2-acre yard and a 30-inch mower deck. I got a Forrest Gump mower. And I bought it new a couple years before we moved here. Are you coming up or what, Knuckle Brains? But it's not wore out yet. I'm not getting another lawnmower till that one's wore out. Yeah, seeing something like fishing, I don't see where there's a difference between a guy and a girl fishing. You know what I mean? That's an equal thing. It doesn't. The ability to catch the fish is equal for both of us, and whoever is the better fishing person is the one who's going to catch the most fish. But when it comes to a sport, I don't know, like boxing. Okay, no man should be in a ring boxing a woman, whether he says he's a woman or not. It just shouldn't happen. I could be wrong, but it's just like, man, volleyball is another good one. If you ever watch the difference between men and women's volleyball, you see there's a huge difference there, and no guy should be playing women's volleyball. And if you are, you have, like I said, for me, it boils down to pride. You got no pride if you're going to go do that just to be number one in your sport, because you can do it against guys. There's my buddy. Unfortunately, that I think that one there it's technically it's on the way out anyway, because they made it illegal at the national level. But until you get all the liberal college presidents and stuff to buy in, they're not going to change until they're forced to, and they're going to withhold funding from. Huh?
Jody's female angler of the year.
Yep, she could be just the angler of the year a couple years back. Yeah, there you go, Sandy. Exactly.
Jody, some pontoons can go places that the regular boats cannot.
Yeah, for me, the whole pontoon thing is comfort. If I'm going fishing nowadays, I'm old. I want comfort. There's a good chance you may see me with a pontoon boat that has a recliner on it. You just never know.
You never know.
I got a spare leather recliner here that's sitting there doing nothing. No, men don't look as good dancing for sure.
That's right, 205.
Yep, 205. I'm with you on that. That's been my pretty much life philosophy. I don't care what others think. But when you're talking about like the having curriculum in elementary school that deals with sexuality, there's no reason for that. They're little children. Let them be kids, And then when it comes to a man competing in a woman's sport, purely because they can't compete in the men's side of it, I got to draw a line.
John said, that's his recliner. Don't you touch it.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry, man. I got that recliner saved just for when you come up. Oh, goodness. Yeah, buddy. But like this world's lost its mind, so I don't even care anymore. I don't want to be part of it. 2 more years. 2 more years and I can disappear from society. Never say the word sexuality again. It's a buzzkill, huh? You need help, John, so bad. Maybe someone said, John, Sandy Toes recliner. You come on over, you can sleep in that recliner. It's perfectly fine.
Like you gonna let her sleep in our recliner.
I didn't say what would happen when she went to sleep. I just said, come on over, you can sleep in the recliner. I got some medicine to help you sleep better too. I got it from Bill Cosby.
Okay.
John be dead sexy today. Yeah, Wildcat Riggs, I'm with you, man. The teaching sexuality to children is wrong. I used to say even, in the 90s and stuff, it got to the point with sports, for instance, they started these kids in sports, and instead of playing every sport each year at school, you take a kid and they made him specialize in one sport, and he played 365 days a year was his season. My son played basketball is how I got introduced to the mess. AAU basketball, club basketball. I mean, and they played year round. And at one point he was burnt out, and I could tell. And I was like, dude, if you don't want to play AAU no more, just say so. I don't care. Save me a couple $1,000s a month. I know that. Traveling all the time, And it just seems like that was the start of not letting kids just be kids. When I was in elementary school, I didn't want to know anything about sexuality. I wanted to know about big gyms and G.I. Joes and big wheels and, bicycles and crap like that. John, who you been talking to? Do you know someone I don't know you know? Be over in 2 minutes. That's an awful. That even includes disrobing, right? That's just wrong in so many. I get a great sleep and attention. There you go. Exactly. You always got to highlight the positives. 205, you're 35 minutes behind. He's done had that session and he's on round 2. I was arguing between smoking in a bowl or the way weed should be smoked, which is rolled up in a single zigzag paper, which is the way God intended it to be. Nothing tastes better.
Where's Eric this morning?
I don't know. I texted him. I don't even know if he texted me back. Now that you mention it, let me see. He might have, and I wasn't paying attention. It looks like he did. Nope, he didn't. Someone else texted me.
Sandy said, hey, I get a great night's sleep and attention. I'm not complaining. I vote white grape Rillo. Leroy. What the hell's a white grape Rillo? Rillo. Sandy Jones said, Buggy, good and well you pulled Barbie's top off to look at her boobies.
I don't know, but I'd almost say you're probably right. I don't remember, but there's a good possibility. Danny Stone, what's up, buddy? I do remember me and my buddy was walking through his yard, and his sister and her friends were playing with Barbies, and they run in to get, I don't know, a drink or something. But when they come back, we took Ken's pants off and Barbie's and had Ken on top of Barbie and set them all up and then took off running before they got back out.
Hey, folks, that's how baby Barbies are made.
That's right. There we go. Brother Drew dicks on my G.I. Joes made me so mad. Oh. Oh, goodness gracious. See, life was fun back then. We didn't have them video games to keep us in the house. We were out getting in trouble with the neighbor's house, chasing the girls around the yard, acting like we didn't like them. You guys want to go out, huh? Hold on.
Oh my gosh, Dawn. Leroy, who knows? Who knows? That's right, Sandy. Remove all the dead skin cells off your body with that sand. It's Easter weekend, Lee. Yeah, Easter to go with, but it was a good one. Buggy, if you're talking, you're muted, bud.
Yeah, I probably was. I don't remember.
John said, I'm good with it. Now here, Sandy, let me rub some sand right here.
That's wrong.
Maybe she's wanting to smuggle some back home, make her own little beachfront property.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay. That's a chick from the Wolf of Wall Street. I understand now, said the blind man. What's everybody doing this week? Anything good?
Tomorrow I got to take off fishing. And then hopefully by this weekend I'll be going on a trip.
Hey, stop that now. What's the matter, Joe? You go potty? You don't have to come in, honey. Just because that little goofy head's out there barking. You ain't got to come in because of him.
Yeah, you can catch quite a few big ones. It'd take you a little while, but you can quite catch some big ones. Catch a bunch of small ones.
Okay, hold on. On top. I have to back up here. I missed something. Till you gotta wait till the little guy comes in. Sorry.
She says excuse. I can't type.
Little guy out there, he has to get the last word in. Okay.
Scotty said I'll be fishing in Illinois for rods fishing at Bitters.
Did you say you're going on a trip somewhere, Rusty?
Yep. Hopefully, I'm hoping.
Depends on if you're the pitcher or the catcher, that's for sure. Depends on the mood. I like it. Who am I to judge? What you doing, little dude? Huh? Is the goose out there today? Yeah. There'll be babies out there before long. And he'll learn a really valuable lesson about messing with a goose that has babies. Fishing in Illinois with rods fishing adventures. Cool. Catfishing? Are you ready? Okay. Hold on. Let me put this gate up here so you don't get out when I unhook you. Because that little cool air coming in the door feels pretty good, doesn't it? Huh?
Joseph Buggy, you fishing the Midnight Madness tournament?
I'm wanting to. I asked Brian B if there was any openings yesterday. He said he'd get back with me and let me know. I'm coming. Hold on. Y'all done had a treat once this morning. Playing on my kindness.
He can't stay up till midnight. Well, last year he went out with Eric Curtis.
Playing on my kindness. We're going to break these in pieces.
Maybe he can go back out with him again.
Time, boys, girl. There you go. Yep, you ain't getting no whole ones anymore. They got to last longer. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I got to talk to Mom about something.
I'll be thankful. Okay. Let's see here.
What's up, Jeff Bill? Good to see you, buddy.
Having shows. Hey, Jeff Bill. Good morning. Buggy, you gonna pay to get in that Midnight Madness?
I don't pay, no. No.
I think it's one of them fishing league tournaments.
Well, you can get in before me, Jody. You're going to catch more fish than I would.
Okay, then if Jody says she's gonna get in, it's not one of them league tournaments.
Well, I fished the last two, so that's why I wondered if you had any openings or not.
So it ain't gonna cost nothing to fish it. Jody, y'all get a trophy at the end of it?
Say it never cost before.
You have to pay to be eligible to fish. So that means it's a league tournament. And Jody said she wasn't gonna fish any league tournaments. Yeah, she's gonna fish that if there's gonna be an opening.
You mean I got to pay if I want to fish in that tournament? Even really? Well, the hell with that.
Yeah, you got to pay, and there's no professional rules.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to ask Brian B about that. I don't know. I think if there's openings, you can get in anyway and not pay. That's only if you want to. That I would think that would only be if you were wanting to be part of the tournament league. Because like I said, I fished in from the day one, the first one he had, and then last year, and
Curtis 2.0. Scholars, what's the fee, Buggy? If you want to do it, I got you covered.
No, it's a principal thing there, Gabe. Don't worry about it. I'm like I said, I fished it when they were having trouble filling it up the first year. I fished it, so it's not that big a deal to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that right there, they could have left off the league thing and Brian done it on his own because that was his deal, and a lot of people had fun just doing that one.
Did you fish the Midnight Madness before, Jody? Like I said, I done it. I know the first year I done it, I ended up running the battery down on my car somehow. I think I had the light on or something, and I got lucky that my little jump starter pack had one blue light left, and I was like, "Man, please be enough to start." And it started it.
Buggy, host your own tournament.
Now, yeah, you don't want me hosting one. I'm not a good host. You should know that by watching this show.
Yeah, I gotta get things set up for that skipjack tournament too.
Yeah, and like I said, it's really not that big a deal to me. I just asked him, was it yesterday or Saturday when they had the thing on? I asked him, and he said he'd let me know if he had any openings or not. He didn't know yet.
Do your own, call it Midnight Sadness.
Midnight Sadness. I like it. Who said that?
Dog and I.
Nice.
Man, yeah, I need to get things set up, get ready for that skipjack tournament. Man, I've been so busy, and the waters have been so bad. I've been so busy trying to get these orders done on skipjack. I just ain't had time to set up nothing.
No.
And now I'm fixing to take a trip 6 hours from here. And I don't know when I'm gonna get it set up.
Hey, Jeff Bill, that's pretty cool. Is that one where you had to make a homemade rod? You done that last year or the year before, didn't you? It was pretty cool.
But this year, when I get it set up, and it's going to be here pretty soon, but I'm going to get it set up. You can do the bank or the boat. Bank angler's going to whoop them boat anglers. I'm going to do a fishing tournament this summer. The only rule is you have to be topless. Leaves
like
me
it.
out. My
Oh,
boobs
yeah.
be bigger than most women's.
Two different teams, shirts and skins, and the male team's going to be shirts.
Buggy would watch that one.
In a heartbeat.
John said, I will show up with no pants on.
You
Rusty
dying to
Gear
show that
again.
thing off, ain't you?
I ain't gonna be in that one. Ladies get jealous because my boobs are probably bigger than hers.
Me too.
Females get in for free. Dave's setting herself up for a hilarious competition there.
Hold on, I'm sending a text. Oh. Ah.
Yeah, I sure would, Jody.
Ah. Boom, 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 boom.
As long as you catch a fish big enough, you can potentially get away with it. Think so, Sandy?
Females always get in for free.
Yeah, sure. Product placement is a skill.
Oh, I don't know about you guys. How on earth did I get involved with this group of people? Tips.
Who could win in a wet t-shirt contest, Jody or Curtis? I don't know. I can't answer that because Curtis ain't here.
Mhm.
We'll say Jody.
I forget. Tag now, what was I just?
Well, we hope they shave their legs. Curtis and Curtis will.
They shaved part of my leg when they put the new knee in. Yes, they did. If we got any mail yet. If I don't get any revision requests from that last report today, then I'm doing the switch.
Shave their legs. He was talking shaving chest. Well, I won't have to do that. I got like one hair on my chest, and that's it. I've been protecting it ever since I was 25.
That hair's insane. I got it. I put special lotions on it and everything.
Brush it 3 times a day.
Damn, Billy Ray Silas is hitting Elizabeth Hurley. You kidding me? Heck yeah, you go, Bill. She's fine for an older woman, man. No need for a hairless ginger. Hell, if the sun shines, you couldn't see your chest hair anyway.
Since December.
Yeah, dog and I'm ready. Like I said, I was going to get, my intention was to go this morning and do my live while I was fishing, but it was raining and it was going to rain for a while. And I was like, yeah, I ain't going out. I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go out and go fishing in the rain. You know what I mean? That ain't for me. Unless I'm on a trip or something and I got a chance of catching big catfish, then yeah, I'll go out in the snow, rain, doesn't matter. Yeah, he does, doesn't he, Gabe? You know what? If he would have released the song Some Gave All before he released the Achy Breaky Heart song, people would have respected him more as an artist. You know what I'm saying? But because he'd done the Achy Breaky thing, which he made $1 billion off of it, I don't blame him. But the song Some Gave All was actually a pretty good song, you know, but by that time people always had already, you know, didn't take him seriously as a country music artist.
He made more money managing his daughters. I've never cared for him as a singer.
What are you talking about, Ernie? NEP, oh, that has Windows 10. Yeah. Well, my old computer, when I got it, it had Windows 7 on it. The one I just replaced a few months back. And it worked great until I had to put Windows 11 on, but I had to put Windows 11 on because of the appraisal software stuff. You know, it wouldn't work. And yeah, I rocked them all too, man. I ain't gonna lie. But the computer I bought that had Windows 7 on it, that was a bad computer though, man. It was loaded. It had 1 terabyte of memory when it had first come out. I mean, the average person didn't even think about having that much memory. But I bought it so it would last a long time, and like I said, it had Windows 7. So it was the week that Windows 8 came out when I bought that computer. So whatever year that was, and it lasted till last year. And it was still working. It just, when I put 11 on it, just made it work slow. Which the more I think about it, maybe I could have took that and done a factory reset and wiped everything out before I put the 11 on, and it may have actually not bothered it that much. But I'm trying to remember if something went wrong with it or whatever is why I had to buy this other one. I can't remember now. And I'm not happy with this one here. It's once I start working and making money, that one, it's gone in a heartbeat. I'll go and get me one that rock and rolls. I think I'll get one of those. Hey, I gave my first digital camera I had for appraising. It used floppy disk. I used to have boxes and boxes of them in the closet from when I'd go see houses. I'd have to keep them for 5 years. But yeah, and each floppy only held about enough for one house inspection. Sometimes if it was a big house, I'd take 2 floppies. Yeah, exactly, dog and I. That's what I'm thinking too. It would have probably wouldn't have ran so slow. But I got to thinking though, as old as it was, if I'd done a factory reset on it, it would have took it back to Windows 7. You know, so it's hard telling what I would have got into then. You know, with adding the 11 on it or whatever, it would have took probably 2 days to download all the updates it needed. It came in a cow box. No, actually, it wasn't a Dell. I've always bought HPs, man, and I've always had good luck with them. I have a Dell right now, and I'm not happy with it, but it's a refurb. So, like I said, and I just got it because money was short and I needed something that I could work with. So it was through Amazon, one of them Amazon referred organizations. Yep, hold on. No.
You got mail. Yeah, get off the phone. I'm online.
Get off the phone. I'm online. Yep. And everyone will remember the sound of dial up. Unless you're young and you have no idea what we're talking about. I can remember the first time I set up my very first PC. I was kind of floored by it. You know what I mean? It was kind of an exciting time where I had to buy one for work because we were launching data, and I was part of the team that was going to be part of the alpha stage on launching the modem. So I had to get one quick, so I had could put a modem in my house and stuff like that. Scientists issue warning after observing alarming shift in great white sharks. We saw things happen that we had never expected. And what I think about great white sharks, that's their world. I'm not playing in it. They're the king of that world, so there's really no reason for me to invade their world. Let's see what they were doing.
What y'all talking about? Buggy still goes on Yahoo Chat.
They have that, do they? Oh no, forget Yahoo Chat. I'm talking about AOL, baby. You kidding me? AOL was the shit.
They don't have Yahoo Chat no more. They got
No,
all this email now.
AOL had the chat, man. AOL was the ticket.
That is true, John.
You wonder how many marriages AOL ruined with chat stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, look who's up. Get over here.
What's a clickbait title? Taylor Swift had a tit job, didn't she? She's had it for a while.
Where's Chili?
She's laying there by the door. Where's my fly swatter? I know there it is. I knew better than to leave that door open, but it was so good having fresh air come in with a breeze. How could I resist? Did I get him? Nope. Damn it. I got to warm back up to getting him. And Grinder, right, Gabe? Yeah. Yeah. Just plead the fifth, Skywalker. You'll be all right. Oh, about the sharks. Yeah, it was an article. You want me to read the article to you? Hold on. Let me go back here and find it again. Let's see what kind of alarming shift in the great white sharks. Says for years, South Africa's Seal Island was a bucket list destination for marine wildlife lovers hoping to witness the breathtaking power of great white sharks leaping from the ocean in pursuit of the seals. But in a troubling turn, the great whites have all but disappeared, as National Geographic's detailed, and their absence is sending shockwaves through the entire marine ecosystem. New study from Shark Research Foundation, built over 20 years of data and published, revealed just how much the ecosystem around South Africa's Seal Island has changed since great white sharks began to vanish. The decline started in 2010, but by 2018, the iconic predators had disappeared entirely from the region.
Come on, Jelly.
We saw things that we'd never expect, marine ecologist and executive director of the Shark Foundation stated.
Come here.
What followed was a cascade of unexpected shifts, according to the researchers, without great whites keeping them in check. Broad-nosed seven-gill sharks, typically hidden away in nearby kelp forests, surged into the sea, sometimes appearing in groups as large as 15. Cape fur seals, once cautious and elusive, began to raft in bold floating clusters and even chased after cage diving bait. These changes marked more than just a new behavior. They signaled a dramatic reshuffling of the food web, which would be the food chain, I suppose. One that researchers never expected to witness firsthand. There you go. I don't think that was clickbait. What do you think, Sandy? Nope, John never rode one. I always wanted to, though. I think they're pretty neat. I've never been to Germany, but I wanted to go to Oktoberfest. Nobody would ever pay for me to go, but the government. No, what they're saying, Sandy Toes, is that historically they always came to this place. Well, they don't come there anymore. There was like a season, you know what I mean? And people would go there to watch for them. Of course, they migrate, but what they're saying in that article is typically when they're supposed to be there, they're not there anymore. So
That's funny, Jay.
They died from COVID. Yeah, well, it's all because they didn't get the shot, but a lot of them lost their job because they wouldn't take it.
So they had to move off the coast.
Yeah, see, yes, and that's what I'm talking about. Of course, the migration part everyone knows about, but they're stating they disappeared from what would typically be the seasons that they're there. You know what I'm saying? and it makes sense. They actually went on to say that it's actually changed the entire behavior around the island now. You know, that the seals are grouping in bigger clusters and stuff like that, and they're the other shark, whatever it was called, as which would normally be hiding amongst the kelp and stuff, has been coming out into the open. Yeah, that was the gist of the story, is that they're not coming there anymore when they're supposed to be there. Does that make sense? We had fun, we had seasons in the sun. God, I can't remember the rest of the words. Hold on, it'll come to me.
So pretty good Woodstock Day.
Oh, it was a top 40 hit. How about Billy, Don't Be a Hero? Remember that one? We shall see, Sandy Toes. We shall see. But the guys who wrote the article are smarter than me when it comes to the great white shark behavior, so I'm just going to have to take their word for it for now. Mm-hmm. But the hills that we climbed are just seasons out of time.
Last time my baby mama used to come in to pull someone off the fishing game on her.
I'm not even going there.
Help, there's a manatee in the water.
And they casting at her harpooner. They tried to harpoon, but her skin was so tough it wouldn't even penetrate.
He just bounced off.
Oh, that's hilarious. What's this say?
Saw the video where they tried to blow her up on the beach.
Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This too is meaningless. Everyone comes naked from their mother's womb, and as everyone comes, so they depart.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Their tools were useless against her fur.
Who knew they made a thong that big?
I'm scared for her.
The tools were useless against her fur.
And the person taking money at the pool, they were at the pool gate, were scared of her, so they let her come in because they were afraid she'd eat them.
I heard a gate go to the pool. She jumps in. Gate standing over the corner going, "Arr, there she blows."
Come on, Jill.
Tsunami! Tsunami, come and clear the pool deck.
Here you go, Jilly.
King Thong.
Oh, you don't want it. What, honey?
Nope. Hold on.
Morning there, Uncle Lou. Buggy said he's gonna go fishing, but gonna rain at 8. Rain at 8. Unemployed since they shut SeaWorld down. Good Lord.
Morning, Lou.
Took her to the ocean and she did a cannonball and caused a tsunami in Japan.
Please save that chat. King Thorn, which chat? This one?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, classic morning today. It's been a good one. What are you doing there, Uncle Lulu? Good to see you, buddy.
There.
Oh, you guys act like you're gonna go out now? I don't think so.
Jilly,
Oh shit.
you scare the shit out of me when you do that.
Oh, hold on.
Well, did y'all have a good Easter yesterday? We did. Got to spend time with my grandbabies and my kids. Good food to eat.
Okay, I think she's done talking to the dogs now. We'll see. How you been, Uncle Lou? Yeah, I had a great Easter, man. It was a good church service yesterday. Wasn't your typical John 3:16 on Easter service thing. It was a pretty good one. Nikolai? Yeah, I think Alexander's a little better than the Nikolai. Nikolai's got too much of a Russian accent. Or wait, wasn't Nikolai the bad guy in the Left Behind series? Yeah, I think he was actually. I think it's raining.
I thought she was lying, folks.
Oh, you're kidding me. Since she named that one. Really? Yeah, really. That sounds to me like a I'm going to get you back scenario. I could be wrong, but that's just what it sounds like to me. Yeah, that's. Is it raining out there, Jill? Huh? Come here, let me see. Come here, Ronnie. Let me see through your hair if it's wet. Nope. I think it's all right. Huh? What are you doing? Oh, you just went out there hoping you'd get another bite of cheesecake, didn't you?
Well, do you think you're gonna take that belt and run?
Well, if they've milked like the whole weekend, they've milked that WWF thing, haven't they? I guess Eric said that they're doing something today. Pat McAfee is or something. Come here, little guy. Seriously?
John Cena.
Come here. There you go. There you go, buddy.
Let's see.
I would send him an email and let him know. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dog and I, that's what I would do too, for sure, 100%. Hey, oh, downtown tater cake brown. I like it. Yeah, I would do that. Buy a new puppy, name it Nikolai, and just post big pictures of him every day on your Facebook for her to see. Maybe with a caption is along the lines of my ex wouldn't let us name our son Nikolai, so I figured I'd name my dog that. And then it'd get to him anyway without you being the bad guy. If and you know what I'm talking about. Bio nasal Ethiopian black seed oil, 4.2 ounce glass, up to 4.64% thymolquinine TQ, Nigella sativa seeds, no non-filtered black cumin seed oil, cold pressed. Okay. I'm gonna have to read some reviews about that stuff. Sounds interesting.
Come over here.
Hmm.
Come on. You come over here to your grandma.
Yeah. Although it tastes extremely bad, this stuff works. Interesting. What time is it? 7:52. Where you at, Rustic? Never mind. I bet you're dropping the kids off at the pool.
6:53, man.
It's 7:53 here in God's country.
Sun's coming out. Awesome. Let the sun shine on me, baby.
Heck yeah. I don't know if I'm going to see it today or not, man. It's going to be close. And I'm telling you, that wind has not quit blowing for 3 days. That's just like, come on, man.
Man, the last couple of days here's been real nice.
It was what? Hold on.
Sandy, he ain't talking about that kind of pool. I broke the pool opens at 5 a.m., 7 a.m. Season's late.
Same kid walks by every day going to school, and that dog barks at him every day. You can't even beat it out of him.
Well, he's just saying hello, good morning.
Yeah, but he needs to say it in a lower volume.
We want to make sure he hears him.
It's early. I enjoy the first 2 hours of my show because it's quiet. I like peace and quiet. I can remember in Noblesville, Me and my girlfriend lived together, and her 2 kids, and the best
Carpool.
the best
I'm
part
off
of the
work.
year is when they all went back to school.
Ain't talking about carpool either. Talking about the Golden Throne, the Ivory Castle.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it still dark at 5 a.m. when it opens then?
Hey, Buggy tied kite to the end of his fishing line, holding it there with a pole.
Actually, there's the little town east of here, Farmland, Indiana, had this guy, I forget his name, but he was like the world's most famous kite guy or something. They got a sign when you come into town that tells about him.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, kites came out with paper. I had one that was shaped like this, come down like that.
Yep.
It was a pirate skull crossbones.
I had that one.
Man, that thing would fly like you would believe.
Yep. Have to tie strips of cloth and make a tail to keep the bottom. Yep.
Hey, there's Jerry Hager. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jerry. $4 a.m. really?
Out here,
Yeah, no,
about
it's
6:30, 26, 6:30 here.
yeah, even during the mid part of summer.
Usually about 6, it starts peaking, and it's about 6:30, the sun's up.
Yeah, it was I could see it. The clouds were like had a little open line. I could see it start to turn pink, and then the clouds increased before it came up. So no sunrise this morning.
Morning, Big Mike. Morning, Terry Bate.
Yeah, oil stuff that Gabe talking about. That it's like some pretty good stuff, man. Huh, interesting.
Jody
Hey,
must
Terry B, how are you, buddy?
Curtis, just say, chalk it up. Say, well, it is what it is. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Go on with your life, buddy.
Hey, no, what are you barking at? That other kid walking to school now, huh?
Fair bird.
You don't have to bark at them, okay?
Yeah.
There's no reason to bark at the people. Really give you some love. We do love you, Daddy, don't you, huh? Yes. I know. Ain't that right, Terry? Billy said, there ain't no reason to be barking at nobody, Dad. That dog's crazy, ain't it? Huh? Yes, it is. Oh, man, what am I going to do today now? That's the question. Fishing's out of the line. I don't know what to do about my garage, man. There's so much shit in there. I need a dumpster. I'm going to start cleaning out my storage thing and bringing stuff home on the trailer, and I'm going to get it all set out and take pictures and put it for sale on Marketplace.
Russ, next time I get to go down home, I would love to hook up, fish the St. Francis River or something. Okay, just hit me up.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll go down there and fish.
Shoot. All right, I'll be right back. I got to help Mom get her medicine stuff together. She can't see it.
We're supposed to go offshore today, but the weather stopped us. Yeah, weather do it, dude. I really enjoyed yesterday, man. Spent time with my grandkids and my kids and stuff. Watched my granddaughter was she was too old to hunt eggs. She fixed to be 14. And but my grandson was out there hunting them eggs, boy, and then all of a sudden she popped up outside and then she acted like I looked at her running across the yard and I was thinking of she was like 7, 8 years old again. Jody be listening. There she is. There's a mess, Jody. My dog catches birds. I seen a cat do that here. It's a dove. I bet that cat jumped 4 or 5 feet in the air and snatched that thing right out of there. I was like, oh my God, look at that. Started out catching bees and moved up to birds. I imagine the bees would be kind of rough. I wanted to fish back in 19 when we moved down. We went down for Uncle Ray's funeral, but didn't get to. And I couldn't even tell you where 19's at anymore. I don't even go over in that area. I ain't been over there years. That's sparrows, if you want to count that as bird, they are rats with wings. I remember one time being standing in the yard. I was next to the flagpole there doing something, changed the flag out or something. I don't remember what I was doing. More nubby. And this dove come flying real low, about 3 feet above my head. I reached up there and slapped my hands and I hollered out real loud. And that daggone bird hit the ground like I hit it or something. I got scared the crap out of it. He just, whoa, right down the ground he went. Then he looked around, got up, flew back on. I was like, I thought I killed that thing. He scared to death. More nubby. We told the 10-inch nephew that we put out 50 eggs, but only actually hit 45. Those teams were out there forever. Did you ever drop your cell phone and smack yourself in the face when lying down? Ask for a friend. What was you lying down with a cell phone for, Jody? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I can honestly say, no, I've never done that. Oh, mercy. Mercy me. Yeah, Ernie said she was FaceTiming Fernando. Got a little carried away there. Got the shaking, huh? Stop phone. I hear that, Curtis. Last year when they hunted eggs, I was mowing the yard about 4 or 5 days later. And heck, I looked down there and got to mowing it down. There's an egg laying there. I said, well, they missed that when I picked it up, had like a dollar bill in it. I just put it in my pocket. About 3 or 4 of them like that, mowing the yard. Go beside the fence, look, well, there's an egg laying there. We down there and grab it and have like 50 cents in $1. She had a quiver in her liver. Sometimes Jody, sometimes I fall asleep trying to get someone's live. Man, I've been working so hard trying to fill these orders for skipjack that I come home, time I package them or like under a ton of ice, and I'll come and take a shower. I'll go to bed all worn out.
You know, it gives me, these pharmacies know that medicine's coming to an old woman, and they still put the bottle on where you got to press the little tab down to spin the top. Like, come on, man. Mom, she's not strong enough to do it. Once we get it turned around, she's fine, the other way, but I had to open all of them.
No, Jerry, I used to have one a few years back over at Portsville. I don't have one now. I sell bait, but I don't have one anymore. I'd like to reopen up one because I really like seeing and talking to the people and stuff like that. And I enjoyed it. That is right here's not counting the stickers. Because down here says bait, tackle, and more. I got them covered up. But this right here was the original sign over the store I had. I decided to make it a sticker board. They might have to deliver the medicine like that for legal reasons, but
Yeah, you're right. They probably do, but
I got
it seems like
a bottle right
maybe
here that I
signs-
can take it overnight. It's all I can do to get that thing
Yeah.
open. I dropped mine last night and I got hot and knotted up and put small bruises on my forehead from it. My forehead is sore.
What'd you drop?
Dropped her phone on her forehead. She was laying in bed with her phone like this.
Oh, dropped your phone. Okay, yeah.
Jody, Temu does have a deal. You can put it up here and your phone will be held up there. You just do that. Then you have both hands free. Or Ernie, he's trying to peek over the hill. It's cloudy up a little bit. Hush, Ernie. Something was across Ernie's mind.
When we were talking about Easter egg hunts, my ex-wife, when I was talking about, we used to go over to her family's, her aunts and them. Well, I guess one year when she was, I don't know, a teenager maybe, they would do Easter egg hunts for the kids, but they would have special ones for the older kids that had silver dollars in them. And one year, hers, they had to sit in the tree in a little knot in the tree, and somehow it ended up falling down inside the tree. And so her uncle or whatever went ahead and gave her a silver dollar and said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, honey, there's no way of getting it out of there." Well, we showed up there one year, and when it got time for the kids' Easter egg hunt, he come over and handed her the egg. That tree had got hit by lightning that year and split open, and the egg was still down in the tree. Like 25 years later, and he give her silver dollar.
Bad floating, huh?
Bad power wash was a bad float, huh? I tell you, the best thing is just turn the phone off at bedtime. That's what I do. Except for my alarm. But then again, most people who know me that have my number that would text me know that you're not going to text me at 10 o'clock at night and expect me to reply until the next day anyhow. lot of good reviews on that black seed oil stuff. Man, bait shops are getting so hard to find these days around here. And but you know, West is not a big fishing area anyway. You know, I suppose if we were down by the river or something, you know, Ohio would probably be a little better. I know I like that. J Dog took me in the Muddy River bait shop. That's a pretty cool place, man. Yeah, I'm with you. I got one in town there, and it's the only one around that I know of. You don't have to tell us which one of them it was. We already know, Curtis. Bruce on my forehead. That's still funny. I would like to open one, but you know, Joey, the bad part about that is once you open one, you're tied to it. So when everyone else is going fishing, there you are at the bait shop. You know what I mean? That's the one thing you got to look at is like, you know, you got to be there to do business. And if you're not, then the shop, you know, you might as well not have it either. But yeah, man, you can tie yourself. If you think about it, your weekends are gone the minute you open a shop like that. Yeah, that we have those here, little refrigerators with the worms in it. Yep. Walmart has red worms and night crawlers here. Live bait is a fish that swims. Okay. Anybody here ever used eel? I used it one time with J Dog last year, and I'm telling you, man, that stuff is the hardest thing on earth to get off the hook. I literally had to take a knife and cut it off. So if you want a bait that you can cast and drag through anything, try some eel. Frogs are great live bait. Never tried one, but I bet they would be. Works on the honor system. Yeah, that's not going to work here where I live. Believe me, there's way too many people that just clean you out. Did they close the bait shop that's 3 miles east of the Watts Bar Dam or whatever? Did they end up closing that down or something?
He's supposed to have moved somewhere.
Oh, is that what it was?
I was thinking, damn, wouldn't the bait shop go over good if he was only 3 miles from a river?
Yeah, I would think that'd be about as good as it gets. It's like Muddy River Tackle or whatever. Theirs is, I mean, you can see the river from the front door. And he's got everything. He has these little tubes, PVC tubes in the bottom. They're kind of stacked up on each other. You can lean down and look in, and you can see the little faces of all the eels. There's one eel in each one of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3 days a week, midweek. That's not, I don't even know how that would work. Because, like you said, anything but live bait, you can order online.
I would live in the back of the store.
Yep.
Yeah, you better have a good soundproof wall between the house and the store because them crickets drive you nuts. But you put 5,000 crickets in a big old box, and boy, that's loud.
Yeah, no doubt.
I sold a lot of crickets, but I sold more crickets to people who own lizards.
Really? No
Yeah.
kidding. Now, see, that's all we ever used for bluegills, crickets.
Well, I sold them for the bluegill guys and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I had more people that come bought them for pet food.
Yeah.
For turtles, lizards.
Because yours were cheaper than the pet stores.
Well, not only that, I mean, there wasn't no pet stores around. They had to order offline, so yeah, it was cheaper.
Yep, I understand that.
Can you hear crickets through a styrofoam box?
Oh, yeah, crickets. You can.
Look
I
at crickets.
personally like the sound. It puts me to sleep.
See, when you got a cricket box, Sandy, you got to keep a little like mason jar lids type thing for water. You cut potatoes in there, cut some potatoes, put in there, let them eat that, carrots or something. But you had to have 2 screens on the bottom they couldn't get through because you got to have air circulation. Then on colder nights, colder days, you had to have a light bulb in there to keep it warm.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna hear them crickets. Usually crickets are kept in a mesh container and you catch them as you sell them here. Mine was in a big old box. I put that metal flashing up on the inside so they couldn't crawl out. At the bottom, I had 2 6x6 squares center with that wire mesh they couldn't crawl through, so that way they can get air circulation in the hottest days. Yeah, you still use dead crickets to catch fish.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Once you put that-
I picked him up out of the bottom of the cricket bucket when we were running out all the time.
Yeah, once you put that hook in that cricket dies. Anyway. Cricket's an air breather. Once it gets in that water, about a few seconds later, he's dead anyway.
Yeah, well, once I run the hook all the way through his body, he's pretty much dead.
Yeah. I went to stop somewhere. I forgot where it was at, a bait shop, and had crickets. And they said, "How much you want?" I said, "I want 2 tubes of your dead crickets." You know, he scooped up a box full of things. He didn't charge me a thing for dead. He said, "I'm glad somebody taking them off my hands."
No kidding. Heck yeah.
I brought it back,
Especially
throw them in
probably
my
going
pool.
fishing right that day.
I brought it back, throw them in my pool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but the crickets wouldn't be singing while they wait for me to go fishing. Yep.
You see them boxes that the fishing reels come in, them square ones?
Yep.
There's a bowl of dead crickets about that size. I fed them things crickets for 3 days out of that. Oh, it's funny. I found a black one on the ground. And I took one of his legs off and I threw him in the pool. And he was scooting across there, and before he got halfway across, bloop. I was one. I should have took bets. She went live, took bets. How far do you think this one would get? They feet across there.
Huh.
Yeah, but the crickets wouldn't be singing while they wait for me to go fish.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate crickets. Made me think of spiders.
No way, Joe. The crickets are cool. They're the easiest baits on earth to use.
Go fishing with grasshoppers and try to put a hook in one. That joker will bite you. At least the spiders are quiet. Yeah, that's true. Jody, how far are you from Cedarville, Tennessee? Or however you spell it. I already said the wind's blowing and the smell of rain is in the air.
Yep. You're probably getting what came through here earlier, Ernie, at about 5 or 6. I had some good storms come through.
The time I got cricket, I screamed every time I tried to get one out and ended up dumping them all out. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
You just introduced a species of crickets that ain't native to the area.
You dumped them all. Oh, you dumped. I thought you meant you dumped them out in the boat while you was fishing. I was trying to catch them on the floor then.
Yeah. 90 minutes, Curtis. Yeah, I seen that too. I mean,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, that's been on the news.
Really? What is wrong with these people? I'm telling you, you know what? I'm telling you, if you don't like that flag, here's what you do: get your passport, get on the first flight out of America, and don't fucking come back. Oh, that'd make me so mad. That's horrible.
Like when I had all them protesters for Hamas, if I was a city official, I said, you know what? We're fixing to spend some taxpayer money here for the good. Anybody who out here supporting Hamas, we'll give you a one-way flight, first class, to over there and drop you off, and let's see how long you live before the people you're supporting kills you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I bet not one of them would volunteer to get on that flight.
I just gets me so mad.
Then I would take as they board the plane, I would take their name, social security, and everything down, and then I would revoke their privilege from ever coming back.
Yeah, I just that stuff makes me so angry. I get pissed off. The court ordered him to pay. Are you shitting me? See, so that's one of them George Soros liberal judges. But I bet you if the guy flew a giant rainbow flag, they wouldn't say nothing. Oh man.
I think he is fighting that in court because they don't have a law that says, especially in some cities where, I mean, they might change it now, but I think he's fighting in the court because there's not a law saying what size flag that you're required to have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't even can't even begin to.
Man, there's
Oh,
this truck
man.
stop down the end of this where my father lives out in the country out in Arizona. Go down the Blacktop Road, go all the way down for miles. You come up to the interstate there, Interstate 10, and across that on the other side, there's a truck stop, and they got a flag out there that's big enough to cover my house. Said no flags coming down. I don't blame 'em. Yeah, we fly flags, but there's no size. I mean, if
Man,
you're
I ain't got a clue, man. I just, it'd be worth driving all the way over wherever that's at and just get a big protest in front of that courthouse.
I got to put a new rope in mine out there and get my flag put back up.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Never mind.
Anywho,
Hey, dog, now you ought to post a link to his business or whatever so we can send emails supporting him or something. That's just horrible, man. Hmm. Well, they got a dealership here going towards Anderson that I don't know how high the flagpole is. It's got to be 200 feet high. And the flag he's got flying is so huge. I have no idea. I mean, it's got to be 50 feet by maybe 150, 200 feet, something. I mean, it's huge. I can't even remember what I was going to say now. I was sending a text.
on a 30-foot flagpole at Camping World RV Rental in Cedarville. Deerville.
Yeah, see that the one that Johnny Morris Chevrolet or whatever it is out there towards the interstate has, that's about what the size is. I mean, it's huge. And it's really cool to drive by it when the wind's blowing real hard because that thing's just standing out and flapping. It's like I've actually stopped and took pictures of it at night with the lights shining up on it. It looks cool.
That's how I can tell in Arizona when I went out there that when I got closer to my father's house, I could see that flag for miles.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was on like a 200-foot flagpole, and I swear it would cover my house and part of my property. Man, that thing was, it'd probably cover my whole property. That thing was huge.
Yeah, I think those are cool, man.
Now, we ain't protesting nothing. I ain't protesting nothing.
Yeah, but don't even get me saying, in the media's spin on the guy that they deported, I read his court order or whatever when he it was a court hearing or something but they had testified, the police and the gang unit all testified that the guy's an MS-13 member. This was like in 2019 or something. And he's a criminal and he should be where he's at. He's from El Salvador, so he's home anyway.
Not just that price of that flagpole, it's the cost of the company to come in and put it up. And they got to rent that crane. That sucker's like, that's been thousands to rent it.
Oh yeah, could you? I mean, it just. I mean, they probably got $30,000 in just building the pole and everything. Hmm.
It didn't cost me no 4,500. I made my own.
Really?
There was a guy that had an old antenna pole. His
Hmm.
antenna didn't work no more. He said, I can have it if I took it down. And I took it down. I cut that dude down to size and stuck it in the ground out there, baby. Put a flag
Yeah.
on it. Made a
Yeah.
flagpole out of it. Because ain't nothing stouter than them antenna poles. Because them winds blow them all the time. You know those they had them on antennas, CBs, got them 3 rod, them towers they put in the yards and stuff. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
And you
Double.
actually climb up it. I seen a guy put one up that was like 75 feet in the air and put a flag on it. Yep. 130-foot flagpole was $47,000. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Well, I guess if you got that kind of money, it's in West Virginia. I can see that flag from Ohio.
Mhm. And I'd have to ask the guy, what's his motivation behind complaining about this flag? Is it just to be an asshole? Why are you complaining about someone else flying a flag? That's what I don't get. What is it hurting, and why are you being such a dick?
From what I've heard on the news, that it's out there in the open. There's no power lines. There's nothing for it to interfere with or anything. I think the city said it was an eyesore.
Eyesore, huh?
I think that's what was said. It was an eyesore or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it on the news. Told you get a 130-foot flagpole instead of a new boat.
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, you have a good evening. Thank you for coming in and helping out Buggy and hanging out with him.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening. Enjoy your night.
Boy, storms come through Missouri last night, went west of us, moving up north and switched over to northeast. They were bad here in Missouri up that way.
I just don't get it, man.
That guy with RV deal, he'll win it.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I think they said there was nothing on the books that says you're only required to fly a certain size flag.
Man, I don't know. That stuff like that, I don't understand the motivating factor behind it. You know what I mean?
It says against the city zoning laws. And like I said, I couldn't remember all the details, but I do know that they said there was no law against the size of flag you can fly. But like he said, the city zoning laws. Now he might have his flagpole
Yeah.
in
Now,
a certain place.
if it's in the city limits, I have seen stuff about. I took a class on, appraising businesses and stuff like that, and you got to be real careful when you do that about like signage and stuff like that. Does it conform to the city guidelines or not? That kind of stuff. You got to take that into account.
Oh, it's 90 feet over the allowed size. Okay. He's not even a born American. That's one of the illegal immigrants that came over here and made something of themselves.
Yep.
That did good. He didn't come over here for crimes and all that other stuff. He come over here to make something for himself.
Well, I'm telling you right now, the immigrants that come over here legally are, and take advantage of the opportunity and become successful. They're the best patriots you can find anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Come from nothing, work hard, build an empire. And then this freaking lib judges, man, I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. It's a freaking Soros. I've been reading some news articles about Soros concentrating more on putting his money towards getting judges elected because that's the easiest way to beat the system in the long run on the appeal process. And this is a prime example of that right there. And he's been spending a lot of money on the local elections. So people don't realize the most change comes from the local level. And local elections are not as important as the national presidential election, but they're really important because that controls what happens to your community actually that you're voting in. And I don't know, man. I get so angry. I would be at the city council meeting raising Cain. They'd end up arresting me, so I should probably stay away from stuff like that. I remember they were going here. We had a ambulance service, an EMT service that had served the city for, I don't know, 30 years probably. It was privately owned, but it was contracted to do all the ambulance runs and stuff in the city and the county. And one of the pretty powerful political voting things in this city are the law enforcement and fire department unions, because, there's a lot of influence with them as far as how local elections turn out. Well, the fire department wanted to eliminate that ambulance service for the city, let it remain in the county, and move it to the fire department. Okay. Well, here's the kicker. The only way they could fund it is they didn't have the people who were going to work on it the first 2 years would all be existing firemen who were EMT qualified and would work it as overtime after their regular shifts. Like they say, work 3 days on, 3 days off, or what, you know what I mean? So they couldn't even staff it properly, let alone there was no justifying cause for eliminating the original fire or the original ambulance people, because they done a good job, and it was all politics. And man, dude, they packed that city hall so bad for them meetings. It was the worst I ever seen as far as people actually getting up and complaining. And a kid who lived in my neighborhood was the council president at the time. It's been about 10 years ago, probably. And they weren't used to people coming in the council meetings and raising hell like that. And he ended up resigning from being the chairman of the council or whatever because the people were being so shitty to him around town. But I sent him an email one day and said, dude, let me ask you this. I said, honestly, tell me this. How can you justify switching this ambulance service over from someone who's provided it for decades and done a great job at it? And not only are you, he said, well, it's going to make money. I said, no, it's not. And the guy that run the ambulance service said, you realize, of course, 35 to 40% of the runs within the city never get paid because they're, low income people and stuff. He said, we make, the majority of our money on the county. So because they were trying to sell it to the people as it would make money for the fire department and cut expenses for the taxpayer. But it was a big debacle. And I wrote him an email and said, you're going to have to explain to me why this makes sense before I would ever vote for it. And before I'd ever vote for you again, if you guys pass this. I'm sure. I mean, it's just like everything else in, them meetings. Those decisions are already made. The vote's just for, show when the time comes. They've all sit around and talked about what they were going to do before they ever vote for it. The council said passed 4 to 3 or 5 to 2, something like that. Yep. So they have a lot of ordinances like that, Jody, on the signage size. I know there's one community that they restricted the size of their signs for businesses, restaurants, shopping centers, whatever. And people, not the people, but the business people were complaining because the signage was too small. But their side of it was it makes the scenery look better without all these giant flashing billboards and stuff up in the air. Yeah, friends having problems with his geothermal heating system. Anybody got that? Anyone use that stuff? Where it runs underground or whatever, and it, warms the air up in theory.
I have some people like that got that here for wood stove. They got wood burning building outside and they got the pipe running underground.
Oh yeah, those were huge up in Wisconsin. I mean, I seen them. Those were everywhere up in the north woods of Wisconsin. But this is the kind here that they run, I don't know, piping or something underground. Well, my buddy that owns the cabin up there where I bluegill fish, he's having problems with his. And he said this is the second unit that they had to replace or whatever. And I was asking him, hey, do you think it blows cool air and when it's on heat as opposed to like a regular heater? Because a lot of people's complaint about that is, it may keep the house at say 72 degrees or whatever, but the air coming out of the vents doesn't feel warm like when you have a house with a furnace and it kicks on, So I asked him if he, what he thought. And I guess it has his is running on emergency heat and air right now because the geothermal system isn't working, which tells me it's probably got an electrical furnace standby heat source or something for emergencies. Because he said the air coming out of that feels warmer. Yeah, I can understand that, dog and I. Damn you, fly. I wish I could get a fly with the damn zapper thing. That would be cool. Heck, it's 8:44 already. What are you people doing today? Ain't got nowhere to be?
It's Monday. Some places closed on Monday.
Yeah? Yeah, well, I think I'm going to get off here pretty quick. I got shit to do. I got to send some emails to the one lender and say, hey, is that report closed out? Is it okay? I'm worried about you sending me anything. And if not, then I got to get on the phone, cancel it, and get the money returned, which I probably won't get that back until Wednesday or Thursday, you know. They can take it instantly, but it takes 2 or 3 business days to get it back to you. I don't figure that part out yet. So, hold on a minute. Dagnabbit. Tilly, what you whining about, honey, huh? Where you at? What you whining about, huh? What's wrong? Is he in your place? Come on. Now if you want your chair tonight. Come on. You want this? Come on.
What?
Tilly's whining.
Well, I didn't hear her.
What you whining about, honey, huh?
I'm up. She probably wants a snack.
What you whining about? Is the dog in your spot? Is the little guy in your spot?
Or she just got down.
What you whining about? What? I don't know what you want. You want some breakfast? Come
Well,
on.
yeah, I'm telling you, I'm up.
Yeah.
She wants a snack.
Yeah, I gotta see if you got any food in here. I'm gonna end my thing real quick.
Shake while you're up.
Yeah, as soon as I close out my chat thing.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't have to do it now.
All right, everybody.
Kill this fly.
It's been a good day, and I'll see you guys Friday, if not sooner. All right, Rustic, thanks for coming up, brother. I'll see you later.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
See you, everybody, in chat, and enjoy your day. It's Monday. It's got to be a great day. Bye now.